If you are sitting comfortably, we shall begin. Our heroes have crossed the road of fire into the depths of the Sea of Silt and now stand at last before the walls of Akarakle. There they hope to find the lost lore of the Wind Mages, creators of the Cynotrix, an artifact that is slowly erasing psionics from across the tablelands. Perhaps they will find a way to destroy the Cynotrix. The Cynotrix. Perhaps they will discover the location of the Order of Psionicists, known as the Order, who appear to be using their Cynotrix for their own nefarious ends. Perhaps they'll meet another of those shadow giant things from last session and run away again. Who can say? And even if they do learn what they came here to discover, there still remains the question of how they will proceed thereafter. While they have been searching for Akarakle, our hero's ally, the Evangian Korganard, has gone in search of the lost fortress of Dasaraches. There's a lot of lost fortresses in this adventure, actually. I never noticed that before. Dasaraches was once a stronghold of the Wind Mages, the creators of the Cynotrix, but no one has heard from Korganard since his last mental message ended in a terrifying psychic scream that upset my dogs and made several of our viewers jump. Ha ha ha, stupid dogs. Has Korganard encountered some dire foe? Has he once again been captured by the Order of Psionicists, known as the Order? Has he tried to make sense of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition grappling rules? Only time will tell. Fleeing your encounter with the Shadow Giant at the ramparts of Akarakle, Tin once more in rock form, carrying several members of the party. Tik-Tik in high running form, a dwarf tucked under one of his many arms. You race toward the distant ruins. After perhaps a half mile, and confident that you have left the Shadow Giant behind, it seemed unwilling to give pursuit and ignored its little undead minions. The fortress is still a short way off. A huge area of ground lies between the outer ramparts built by Merek's invading army and the inner defenses of Akarakle. You pause to catch your breath. You can only maintain the rapid sprinting pace for so long. It's a wide, barren plain of stony ground. The shattered walls of Akarakle are still some 3 miles distant. Between here and there, stands of twisted trees dot the landscape. I'm presuming you will, of course, just proceed directly to the fortress, but
yes.
Do you have a map of the area, or is that what you're doing?
I will pull up.
Are there any features other than these stands of trees, or any rock formations?
Yes, there are. I will
signs
get to that in a second, actually.
On our way to the castle, we need to make a little tally on how terribly wounded everybody is.
And I'm getting to that in just a second.
Yeah.
So if you look at the map, you can see the ramparts out here. That's where you had your encounter with the Shadow Giant and have fled over that. And then a few miles to the south, just on the southern tip, of course, is Akarakle itself. So let's address that very pressing question raised by my learned colleague here regarding the matter of hit points. Bagal, you are at 74 out of 77.
Nice.
This is your fault, Panda. You know what you've done.
It's my fault.
Constantine.
It's the penis island.
Oh.
It
does have the look. It has the
I
look.
was going to keep quiet, and I just thought, I'll leave.
We're so mature.
You're on 22 hit points out of 75. Tik-Tik, you're on 96 out of 98. Well done. Matthias, 84 out of 86. You guys are doing great. Portak, 41 out of 68. Not so great. And Ra, 127 out of 143. Your overall hit point total has gone down because you had some of your constitution drained by those undead. All of you, however, still have stone skins running, protecting you from purely physical injuries.
Did you say 74 out of 77 for me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I also made a note that I have my Dazzle Claws going still.
That's right. Yes, you have not slashed anything with those yet.
No. I made a note that I was immortal, so just... Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I will
Yeah,
just.
that's cool.
Yeah. I'll just put a not applicable here in your hit points field.
I seriously have had this little post-it sitting on my desk for about 4 weeks now. Remember the Dazzle Clause.
Dazzle Clause. I had a post-it on my desk that said 22, you're gonna die.
Okay, so I'm trying to put the image of a flaccid penis out of my mind now. Thank you so much for that. We had some comments on the is it Arcane Shadows, where you guys got captured by the bandits who you thought were great, and then you decided they weren't. Someone was going, how wonderful that was, and I just wish I had the guy's email address so I could send him the pictures that you made of that.
Oh, are they not in the episode?
Lee covered them up really, really quickly. Although I did say
they
them,
should
so.
be in there.
You were rude because they were drawing willies on people, and you said Twitch.
Yes. And poop, if I recall.
I don't know why
anyway,
there was a problem with drawing willies on them when we're literally looking at a map.
Yeah,
of
come on,
a
man.
flaccid member.
They were bad guys
I don't understand.
anyway.
I'm certain I made a screenshot and posted it in the Dark Sun chat.
Yeah, I did.
The
You
evidence
did.
is
I saved it.
somewhere.
It can be presented for posterity. Is that a rock behind you, dwarf? Wow, cool. All right.
Nice.
And it's kind of vulture-y too. It's a very Dark Sun fitting.
Yeah, I definitively typed in rock, dark sun.
At first,
That'll
I thought
do
you
it.
had wings coming out of your head.
I'm a really, really mentally unstable Thor. I don't know.
Okay, so Tic, to answer your question, yes, there are these various barren stands of trees. As for rock formations, one of them, and you think it's about another half mile, so in total a mile toward the fortress. There is a rock formation, and under one of the trees, the tree appears to be kind of rising out of it, and you think in the fading light you can see, for a moment you think you see someone sitting on the rock under the tree, and then as the wind blows dust like a veil across your eyes for a moment, you lose sight of the figure. Then it's there again, and then it's
I mentioned this to Portek, who I'm holding. Hey.
I make an observation check there.
Give me a roll for that. While you're rolling that, I will answer Junebug 119, where the Gladiator class comes from 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons Dark Sun Junebug. There are other versions of it and other editions of the game, but that's the one we're using. Thank you for asking. Carl, what did you get?
I got an 8.
Good. Yeah, you're certain you see a figure where Tic Tic is pointing out, and you realize what this odd they're not there is that he's seeing. You think it's probably not entirely corporeal.
And do I recognize its shape
Uh,
or outline?
Said it was humanoid?
A boy, maybe. A teenager, should we say? From this, you're half a mile away, so you can just kind of see the slender outline of a youth. That the olive tinted sky appears.
I take my glass to shorten the distance.
Okay, right. The entire 7% shortening, whatever
Thank
the
you.
number was. You see the figure appear in the lens of your spyglass, and it is indeed a pale, incorporeal human boy. You think maybe 14, 15 years old. You can see he's wearing a loose red and black robe tied off at the waist with a simple rope cord. Further details would require you to actually get closer.
Yeah, get closer.
We should stay away. It's probably very dangerous.
What's the boy doing? Has it noticed us?
No, he's just he appears to be sitting on the rock. Exactly what you would expect someone to do actually if they were trying to get some shade from the sun.
Right.
The tree is dead.
Yeah. It might be something like we encountered on top of the mountain.
It would be trivial for you to avoid the figure. I'm just pointing it out because he's visible and Tic Tic asked.
Yes.
Before we even consider that, we need to make a stop. We're not being followed anymore, and we need to. heal the wounded and be prepared for what's coming next.
Yes. Oh, you're hurt.
A little bit.
Oh,
yes.
You're bleeding all over me. I'm never going to get this stain out.
Matches your new colour.
This is true.
The rock looks even worse than Portek, actually. Having landed and deposited Ra and Bengal and Matthias, unless he's returning to human form, Constantine kind of stands there, feathers matted with blood, head drooping, blood caking the exterior of his beak.
Yeah, I would take the moment as I'm transforming back. Wind would be whipping around my person, slowly stitching together all of my wounds, any ailments that I have, as I cast heal on myself.
Ooh, get you.
Fancy.
Okay, nice.
I will be casting a cure critical on myself.
Okay.
Who else looks miserably bad?
I think it was just you and me.
Yeah, everyone else has lost like 2 or 3 hit points only. Ra's taken about 15 in damage, but she's still well over 100.
I'm strong.
And her main problem is the 2 points of con loss. Portek has lost 5 points of constitution, so that puts your max at 50, by the way, Carl. So you're only actually 9 off.
Oh, I thought it was 21 off. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've just seen my note here, so.
But I will then wait for healing myself.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna wait for that? Okay, yeah, fine, good.
Asking the DM, so just because going through my sheet here, do I have any way to deal with their constitution loss?
No, it's a type of energy drain. Your understanding of these kind of things, unlike to put it in game terms, unlike a level drain, when it's an ability score drain, there will be a large number of temporary points drained, and then after 24 hours, the character gets to make a saving throw to see if any of them were permanent. And normally it'll only be 1 or 2 points permanent. For every the rule that I'm using is for every 1d3 points drained, there's a chance for 1 to be permanent. So Ra stands to possibly lose 1, and Portek could lose 2 if he fails both saving throws. But at your level, that's not very likely. So your feeling is that in time their fortitude will return, as their natural life energies are restored by the, albeit paltry, flow of life energy from world to life and back again.
Let's be fair. He's checking on Ra first. So as he's doing that, I'll relay the information that over time, her true strength will return.
Favoritism.
Quickly, just a massive thank you to Blink, who's redeemed a D20 with some gold. So Matthias,
give it to me, Blink. Give it to me.
Matthias and Tin need to do a roll off for a D20.
Pricks.
Oh, I think it might go to Tin. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Can Portek come to the same conclusion as
yeah,
Tim?
exactly, Portek. You having experienced a true level drain before, you know that this is something less permanent, but that bites deeper.
Thank you, Tin.
In that case, he will cast a cure light and sorcel a couple of berries to give him some healing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Roll and let you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Let me know. All right. So, do you guys want to, having assessed and tended to your wounds, want to proceed? Like skirt around the weird little ghost boy directly to the fortress, or
while everybody's healing themselves with spells, I'm going to use one of my healing infusions to get rid of those few hit points.
Okay.
That's a D4, right?
Yeah.
Should we
Jesus.
go and speak to that ghost creature? We
I
learned
see
a
1
lot
point there.
from the blacksmith.
Do we need to roll?
Would agree.
Three points.
I would totally agree. I think this is I think it is something similar to the blacksmith in that respect.
Well, if we think we have something to gain from it, then yeah.
I
I'll
have
hang back
exactly
just
9,
far enough.
exactly 9 points, Mark.
Nice one. That's what you need.
I'll hang back just far enough to provide cover should it turn into something more.
Okay.
I just
So,
wave my hand facing in the complete wrong direction, like, hi.
That's
No,
done. So
this way, turn.
I'm going to shut my door. Back in a second.
Just,
Yeah, Mark, you need to be careful because, you know, you might get people complain on YouTube again.
I think
He
you
can't hear you. He's putting the dogs away.
People complained about him answering a door.
No, we had someone on YouTube complain and said, "Oh, great group, great thing," but oh my god, it's infuriating hearing something in the background, like someone.
Don't you talk about Aussie Million Dio that way.
No, it
I will
wasn't-
find where you
It
live.
wasn't that. Someone complained about hearing pots and pans or something in the background. I was like, "Come on."
Oh, what?
Don't worry, I've got the cure for this. I'm gonna tell my kids they don't have to be quiet anymore. I'll be right back.
Okay, so you make a cautious advance toward the boy. Did I understand that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So as I said,
I-
half
I cast the detect magic before we
as you
approach
approach.
here.
Yeah. Okay. So as I said, a pale, incorporeal boy, about 14 years old, red and black robe tied with string. His skin is chalky white, and despite the low sun, you can see he casts no shadow.
Is
It
it
looks
chalky
up as
white
you-
because it's like painted white, or is that just the natural pallor of his skin?
That appears to be the pallor of his skin. It doesn't
Okay.
appear to be painted. He looks up as you approach. His face remains calm, watching you with intense interest as you approach. Portek, you detect the swirl of necromantic energies around him. Are you lost? The boy
Mhm.
asks, his voice surprisingly deep as you draw near.
Not lost, but searching.
Searching?
Yes.
What are you searching for?
The master of this place.
Hakar? You're looking for Hakar?
Mhm.
Oh, you found him. I am Hakar.
You?
He stands on the rock, hands on his hips. Yes, I commanded the forces of Akarakle, my fortress. We've been under siege for months, but I was preparing an assault to drive the invaders into the sea. Then one night, without warning, a plague swept the island, destroying both armies. To this day, my fortress brings only death to the living.
I look at Jade to see whether he has picked up whether there's any lie there or not.
I didn't have it cast, but I was going to ask if I can sort of study his mannerisms and see if it was a lie or not. Trying to have a look at what.
You're almost certain that this isn't true. From what you've seen, the red and the black is the livery of Merrick's forces.
Okay.
You've seen it on the dead. And I mentioned it last session, and we would all remember it if it hadn't been so damn long since we played.
So,
Yeah. And also, he's 14.
right.
A leader can be young.
Do we know how old Hakar was supposed to have been?
He probably wasn't a 14-year-old boy wearing the livery of Merrick's forces.
Considering that he was a very powerful
Wind mage.
wind mage, yeah.
But yes, 14-year-olds can be powerful wizards. That's true. But really, it's the livery that kind of makes you think that, this is the you've seen it.
So you
There's
decided.
before the siege was broken, the voice says, the treasure of Akarakle was smuggled out of the fortress during the siege and buried in a field near Draj. It has a great, powerful magic in that treasure. Why are you looking for Hakar? Why are you looking for me?
Because we need to talk to him, but something tells me that you are spinning as a tail.
No, I am not. And if you, and he points to behind the tree, where you see there is a collection of bones lying there. Across the bones are the remnants of red and black cloth, and scattered on the ground near it, a long yoke, an oversized gourd on either end, both of them kind of collapsed and broken. If you take my bones to that field and bury them there, that will allow me to tell you of the magic that's in the treasure.
So you were a water boy in Merrick's army?
No! I'm Hakar. I am. And the only way for you to get what you want is to take my bones to that field in Draj and bury them there.
We may be able to do that, but we need some truth from you first. And if we are to pass your bones to that field, it won't be now. We have business here. Tell the truth, boy. We'll try to make that happen for you.
Do you promise? His eyes glare into yours, and you're reminded in that moment that much as he appears to be a small and frightened boy, this is an undead creature over 1,000 years old.
Pinky promise.
The problem with promises is, what if I die here, myself? The promise is broken. If I get out here alive, I give you my word that we will try our utmost best to get your bones to that place.
If you indeed are that who you claim to be, and that this is not a trap.
We know he's not.
No,
Hakon.
no, he's not Hakon, but we're assuming he is what is left of a 1,000-year-old.
Is this a young boy that wants to
Merrick's
go home?
army water boy, exactly.
I do. I just want to go home.
We'll try to make that happen for you.
Draj is a long way. You give me your word.
No, we will try.
He did. He said if he comes out alive, he gives me his word that he'll take my bones.
That we will try our utmost best to do so.
That should be good enough.
Yes. Yes, it should be. I've waited a very long time. He sits back down on the rock. I will wait for it to come out.
Where in Draj is this field?
It's by one of the villages outside the mud plain. It's easy to get to.
Can you draw me a map in the sand? No.
He runs his hand over the top of the rock. And even though it appears to be touching the surface of the stone, you see no grains of sand, no pieces of dust move at his touch.
Okay, so how about you point it out with your finger and I follow with a stick?
He closes his eyes and lets the unerring feeling within him point back across the Sea of Silt toward the mainland.
Oh, but in the sand. Point out the map in the sand, and I will draw it after you.
He understands. And traces his hand through the sand, and you follow it with a stick.
Yes.
And then, yes, there is a crude depiction of the Road of Kings, a drage with its causeway and enormous lake of mud around the city, and then villages and fields outside that.
Mm-hmm.
He
Okay.
pinpoints the one where he's.
I let Jade
Seeking
have a
Johannesburg
good look as
station.
well.
Yep.
Okay, I think we have a good idea of where it is. Can we pick up your remains without any problems?
Yes.
Okay.
It's what I want.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I suppose we take a bag and we put the remains in.
Okay.
Anyone have a shovel?
He watches intently, like a dog watching food go from plate to mouth and back again, as you scoop the bones up, put them in the bag, and stow it. He smiles and fades slowly from sight into the evening sunlight. That smile, the last thing that remains visible.
Cheshire boy.
Here you go, Jade.
Thank you.
If I make it out alive, remind me, and I will bring us both to this spot.
Yeah, he was meant to give us some information, but fine.
You think so? Well,
Oh,
you
wasn't
know
that
what?
the-
You know what?
This is probably the closest he got to Akarakle, given that that's where he died.
Yeah. Add in bag o' bones.
Certainly, you've seen nothing to indicate that there was ever a plague here. Certainly, something killed the armies of both Hakar and Merrick. Well then, all that remains is for you to trudge the remaining 2 miles until the walls of Akarakle itself come into sight. And that's quite cool. Quite cool isometric 2nd edition map for this, if Roll20 would behave.
Mm.
There.
Ooh,
Ooh.
cool. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
Same.
So you approach. Can you see me pinging?
Yes.
Along in this direction. Yeah. Okay. Now, as you notice, the main gates themselves are barred shut. You think it would probably take a siege engine to knock them down. There is, however,
A big gaping hole in the wall.
someone's had a good go at that over there and over here as well. So you have some options, or you could just, you can climb or fly over. You're not first level adventurers. So yeah, as I say, a huge outer rampart 3 miles away, and then you have double sets of walls, and an outer courtyard and an inner courtyard. The keep within is in considerable states of disrepair. The upper levels completely destroyed, the remaining levels smashed in by some, who can say, physical, magical catastrophe.
Mark, do we have, can we get a look inside the wall, or are we physically there
What?
yet, or is this just a sort of a general...
right now you're outside the wall, so my next question to you would be, do you intend to try the gates, one of the holes, climb over?
I would suggest this hole over here.
Leap to your death from the cliff.
I would like
futility of
to
existence.
I would like to
Sorry.
see whether my detect magic still allows
No,
me
it's been
a
two.
glimpse.
It's been 2 miles of walking since
Okay.
the undead. So
I will cast another detect magic to see whether there's any protective magics on the wall still.
yes, okay. You can see that the gates themselves are magically sealed. You suspect some kind of wizard lock, quite a powerful one actually. But other than that, you see no other signs of magical protections or other enchantments on the walls.
No. Okay, it looks like it's safe to pass through the holes in the wall.
We must
The doors are protected and barred closed magically.
let us assume that there is more undead inside.
Valiant
try.
Odyssey says they're enjoying the vibe. Thank you very much.
Welcome. I'm gonna try. I'll try and take a look, get a vantage point. Sorry, dwarf, you can't do that for your own game, but thank you anyway. I'm gonna try to run up the wall. In other words,
Run up the wall.
climb wall. Just
Yeah, cool,
flavouring
cool. Yeah, that's fine. I like it.
Oh my
This-
god, are you
then-
serious? Oh, here we go.
I was about to say there's no need to roll for it, but did you roll something terrible?
No, I thought I failed, but I did.
Okay. I was about to just hand wave your cool maneuver. Okay, but so fine. You like a mountain goat upon a precipice, leap from handhold to handhold and scale the wall at a remarkable speed and arrive on top. Could you just kind of ping for me on the map whereabouts you are?
Well, determining obviously that this gate is magical, we start heading left.
Yeah.
So I'll probably do it about midway through.
So here.
How high is this wall, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
The outer wall is 20 feet high.
Okay, so I could leap up to
You
the
could, in
top
fact,
of it.
you could quite easily just leap
Yeah.
over it. Yes.
Yeah.
Magic,
can you
thank
bring
you to Lowry for redeeming a D20, in which Matthias wins that. Thank you very much.
Undeserved, but thank you anyway. Good.
Can you of course with the greatest respect and could you jump a dwarf also onto the wall?
Me? Yes.
Yes.
I will. Why would we jump onto the wall if we can go through hole?
Because Matthias
Matthias
is
is
up
up.
on the wall.
Matthias is up there at the moment, taking a look around.
Yes.
I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what you can see.
Stealth
So the first thing that you notice, Matthias, as you look across the inner courtyard, is that the inner walls of the keep are also broken apart. The ground is blasted, covered with shattered stone and brick, and there's skulls lie strewn about the yard like broken pottery. Against the inner wall, so just inside these gates here, right? The sun-bleached skull of a true giant stares blindly from lifeless sockets. Halfway between the gates, halfway between the outer wall and the inner wall, so sort of just about there on the map, there is a bizarre sight. The body of a half-giant lies curled on its side, facing away from you, but you can see clearly through the charred tunnel in the torso of its still gently smoking corpse. And there's a big blackened shield and an iron mace lie at the half-giant's side.
It's still smoking.
Yeah, it's not a skeleton, it's a dead body with a huge wound through the middle, and it, like smoldering like a fire that's gone out an hour or two ago or more, and still just little tendrils rising. And as I say, it's kind of here halfway between the gates in the outer courtyard.
I'm going to stay low, a bit like Tick Tick, sort of going into pounce mode. Like stay low and on the edge of the thing, just to while the others come in.
I'm gonna
Okay,
jump.
so,
jump.
As I understand, Tick Tick has leapt onto the wall
With Portek,
with Portek. Okay.
Yes.
The other three of you going to go and clamber through the hole, or are you waiting for further word from?
I believe
from the
I might
companions?
be getting tossed.
Yeah. Bengal, do you
Toss
want
me.
me to throw you?
Toss me.
Alright, I'll try and toss her. Toss him, sorry.
Onto the wall.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
I
that's
love
easily
the
done.
blind person
No,
throwing
off.
people haphazardly.
I
around.
can
It's-
I can catch Bengal.
Oh, nice.
Ra has years of practice.
I do.
Yeah, man, we got
tossing-
this like on the damn beat. Like, you know,
I'm
I
so
just give
good
her the
at tossing
coordinates
Bengal.
Tossing him
boop,
on and
then we
off.
go. Yeah.
Tossing
Yeah.
on and off thing.
All
Yes.
day, every day, under the
Nailing
table,
it.
on top of it. Yeah.
just
the time.
mortaring the halfling
No.
everywhere. That being said, Tin has actually purchased equipment, so I'll use my grappling hook and climb up.
Alright.
Matt's
Once I've
bloody
thrown Bengal,
enormous in real
Yeah.
life.
once I throw Bengal, I don't know if I need to roll for that, but I will then clamber through
No,
the hole.
No, I'm a kind of generous DM.
Yeah, usually we're fine, so.
Unless
it'd
I
be-
can like reach up and then pull
be-
myself up, then I'll go through the hole.
Seeing Ross starting to walk away, I will call her back and put the rope in her hand to climb up to the wall with everyone else.
Okay, cool. So after a few minutes of leaping, flying, and consensual tossing, your group is reunited atop the wall of Akarakle, staring down into the inner courtyard. As I said, there's that huge sun-bleached skull of a full-size giant over by the inner wall, and halfway between the inner wall and the outer wall is the body of a half-giant with a hole blown through its middle.
Turn around
I'm
to the
shaking.
My
No.
detect
And I'm
magic.
presuming this is being described to Ra as well, who can't.
Okay, because I was gonna say I'm shaking, but not because I can't see, but not because of that, but because I just used a human rope to climb a wall as a half giant. So I get to the top and I'm like,
Yeah,
didn't
quite
break.
possibly I sort of leave out the fact that it's a half giant, but I say, oh my, there's a rather large corpse in the way. It's kind of smoking, and then I explain it, but
I turn around to the group and I'll say, I was scouting ahead for a reason, but okay, we're here.
I'll say, looking down upon it, you said there's a lot of skulls and bones and things strewn
Yeah.
about. We should probably proceed with extreme caution. If you remember what happened the last time,
Yes.
we approached a great deal of
Wait,
remains.
I'm worried
I
about
mean,
that
you-
fresh corpse.
if it's fresh, then how did they get here? I thought we were like
Exactly.
the only.
Actually,
yeah.
half giant.
How far away
Is it a
the
female
half-giant from us?
half-giant?
Matthias, I'm purposely not saying that.
Is it
A
a female
half-giant?
half giant?
No, it's not a female. No,
yes,
not even.
Yes, it is.
How did
No.
it die?
How far away did you ask, Carl?
Yes.
From the wall?
Yes, from where we're standing.
Seems-
What do we hear? 10 feet. 1, 2, 3, about 25 feet away. Or on the wall from where you are, about 30 feet. Because you're
Okay,
slightly off
so
center.
that's within range of my detect magic spell. Is there anything magic going on there?
Yes, there is.
What was the half giant's name? I can't remember her name.
What, from
Yeah.
the Urukites?
The other group.
Ulreg.
Is that her?
Is it Ulrich?
It's got sandworm hide armor on that the Ulreg was wearing. Very fine armor. That's been if it is Ulreg, the armor's, well, even if it isn't Ulreg, the armor's been badly burnt, smashed clean through, completely destroyed. So you're picking up vague glimmers of abjuration magic from the now non-magical armor, and you also pick up probably a potion fruit in one of her pouches.
Maybe
Nice.
they're not dead. Maybe they're. Are you okay? Are you napping?
We'll keep our voices down for now, I think. Just until we know that we're alone.
What if they're
Your
just
voice
sleeping?
echoes back to you
Ra, something killed her.
from the walls of Akarakle and fades away into a
Full of
empty-
talk.
You
And
don't know.
she-
you
she
don't
was
know
killed
she's
by-
dead?
She was killed by some kind of. There's a hole in her. You said.
You got spellcraft? Still
I
not
do
too
now.
still there.
Yes.
You do now. Hurrah! You're almost like a
Yay.
real wizard. You can remember your spellcraft check, Carl.
Mhm.
Holes can be fixed. Tin can fix them.
I think.
Yeah,
she's
you
dead.
can't cure death though, so
Yeah, technically you could, but
well, you know,
Not easy, mate.
she doesn't need to know that.
How
Hey,
big's
yeah.
the hole?
It's-
I mean,
Rah, she's dead.
could I cure death? Potentially.
I failed it. I rolled a 20.
Okay, you have no idea what this spell is.
No.
You kind of feel like you should know. One day, not so long ago, you would have been able to figure it out.
On the tip of your tongue. It's just.
Tiptungi, Tiptungi.
I tried to listen out to see if I can hear any of the others of the group.
You do not hear any of the other Urukites. No, there is nothing but the wind blowing in off the silt.
Do you convey to the group that you believe it's the Urukite half giant?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely her.
They were here ahead of us, and they met trouble, and they lost the half giants.
Look for any other bodies.
Ra, you realize that even though you liked her, she was not our ally.
I know, but her halfling must be devastated.
If they're still alive.
Oh,
I hug Bengal, my little friend.
Half giant, stop!
Crush you like grape.
How many of them were left? Does anyone remember?
Oh, Vemit
All of
was
them.
dead.
No.
Well,
He's gonna be back.
he's back to where he's.
Yeah, he comes back every time.
Okay, so outside of the one that comes back
It's
and
like
the one
herpes.
in the distance, how many do we have still moving in that party?
If you discount Vemet and Ulrich, there are 5 of them. There were 7 when they started.
Didn't one die? Didn't someone else die in the?
Yeah, I thought one of them died in the
Giants.
The Giants.
Several of them went down, but you didn't see any. The only one you saw.
And
killed
I swear
for
we
sure
pulled Vemit's
was
head off
Vemet.
as well.
Yeah, it got
So
pulled to
he's
pieces.
dead, right?
No, he's back to where he's where he belongs. Next to, he's got an agreement, hasn't he? Whenever he dies, he appears back.
But we
somewhere
pulled
else.
his head off. Is
many
no one
times
else
have we
understanding
killed
that?
him?
Isn't he just dead
Irrelevant.
now?
What does death really mean? I mean,
Having your head off, I would say.
well, look at
Do-
her.
do-
She looks pretty bad. I could bring her back.
But
Debatable, but alright.
yeah, he could. But Bengal, you realize that his boss is actually so old that this place, which was destroyed thousands of years ago, actually was attacked by him. Hamanu attacked this place more than 1,000 years ago.
Right.
So what does death mean to a creature like that?
I don't know, man.
Non-existent.
He does like
Pretty
this,
non-existent, but
and you
you know
and
what
you're,
I mean?
You're alive. This is how that happens. This is the power of sorcerer kings.
Well,
And somehow he has chosen Vemet to be his little bitch.
Yes.
well, bitches aside, and where they may reform. What would you guys like to do now? We could go inside. We could.
Where exactly is the
Roll this-
body of the half
Even-
giant?
Yeah, if we could
It's
get a ping.
it's lying between the outer gate and the main gate, about 25 feet between them, because they're 50 feet
How
apart.
far is the other gate from where we are?
So from where you are, it's going to be just slightly more than 50 feet, say 60, 65 feet, because you're off center on the wall.
Right.
Right. I'm going to go and scout ahead. As fast as I can, run across the open and run and try and catch the ledge of this wall here.
Show again which one? Oh, there. So quite literally the opposite wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, good.
I'm going to hold my action to lend cover fire with my Chatacha in case something decides to, I don't know.
Nice. Yeah. Okay,
Similar
so-
also.
Yeah, good. So you prepare your weapons, and Matthias leaps off the wall and goes racing across the intervening ground. No sooner have his feet touched the bone-strewn courtyard when, with a grinding sound, the skeleton of the giant rises fully erect from a heap against the inner wall. It holds the femur of another dead giant as a club, tilting its head back. There is a gout of flame erupts out of its jaws and goes streaking straight toward Matthias. billowing up clouds of bone fragments as it comes. You can make a saving throw against spells while I roll a lot of d6s.
You said the giant rose to its full height, so it's an intact full skeleton.
Yeah, it looked just like a bunch of bones, but as he hit the ground,
Gotcha.
knitted itself together and...
What modifier do I add to this? My dex?
This one you will add your physical if you have any, which mainly comes from magical armor.
Physical magical armor. So I've got magical armor, haven't I? So
Yeah, add its plus to the saving throw.
okay.
6, 10, 20,
That is exactly 9.
34. Is that a pass?
Exactly 9. So 9 out of 9. Assuming that's a pass. If I hit it on the dot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so you only take 17 damage as the flames rush over you, billowing the
So it was physical
billowing
damage.
the bones. Yeah. It takes off one of your stone skins because spells are annoying like that. And you go down to what's that? 67 points. You've rolled primarily to one side as the worst of the flames have sailed over you. But the giant is still coming towards you, and from out of its jaws comes a voice. Defilers of Merrick, now face your doom. Anybody who would like to do something can roll me an initiative dice. The rest of you can sit on the sidelines and cheer.
I want to do something.
Good. That's how we
Yeah.
like it.
Me too.
I guess I'll roll because reasons.
What do I roll to do armor optimization?
Oh my
Is it just a
God.
d20? Like,
Yeah.
d10, sorry.
That's probably
It's on your proficiencies bit on your sheet, if you have it.
Otherwise, it's a d20. Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's a fail.
Oh no.
Okay, so initiative then from Bingle Bangle.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a
What did I
10.
roll? there?
I have it a 6. Tick, I had it a 10.
8.
Bingle Bangle at an 8. Matthias,
6.
a 6. Ra,
I'll just roll a d10.
yeah, just give me a d10 and then decide. 6.
6.
And Constantine,
An 8.
an 8. Okay, 3 of you on 6. Portak, Matthias, and Ra, in whatever order you find pleasing.
I'm just trying to optimize my armor.
Yeah, that you can take that as a free action.
Oh, awesome.
Wait, we can
Okay,
do that
cool.
for free?
If you have the proficiency or the class ability, yeah. I've been allowing it as a free action all campaign long, so.
Yeah,
Alright, I will,
I've done mine, just FYI.
Onkadonko.
I'll grab my Latulis out and have it ready, my Heartbreaker. Can I hear, like, Matthias?
So yeah,
and-
you've heard you know what Matthias is doing. You've heard him run across the courtyard, heard clattering of bones, a rush of fire, and the voice saying, "Defilers of Merrick, you come here to meet your doom at Akarakle."
Alright, so that will put me at 8 initiative then.
Okay, right. Portak or Matthias?
I'm going to say something. So I don't know, Matthias, since you're the one being attacked.
I will say a quick thank you to Manx for tipping $18 for 66 inspiration for the players.
Wow.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Manx.
Thank you.
I will continue with my plan and sprint across, jump up, and go flat prone on top of the wall.
All right. Give me a. Are you hiding?
Can I reach across there? Yeah, I want to hide.
Yes,
yeah.
you can. But I'm just so it's a run, climb walls, and a hide.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me the 2 rolls for that, please.
Real quick, Mark, how tall is this giant?
2 giants.
It's proper giant size, which is 200 feet tall.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I know that number.
Yevon.
Yeah.
Yevon, yes, it is. Oh, goodness gracious me. 25 feet tall.
So it's taller than the wall.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good luck hiding on the top of that wall.
Well,
This has very quickly become Attack on Titan, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I've hid on the wall.
Okay, so you leap up and throw yourself flat on the top of the wall, hugging the shadows between the broken bits of ramparts, hoping the weird fire-breathing undead giant doesn't notice you. At the same time as that is happening, Portek, what you doing?
No, Master Giant, you're mistaken. We are not of Merrick. We have come here to seek out and speak to Hakar.
Okay. Do you want to take an action or a move alongside that? One or the other?
I just I postpone my move to the end of the turn if that's allowed.
Yeah. Okay. Remind me when it comes. Okay. On 8, Bengal, Ra, and Constantine.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to go first?
I'm considering holding to see what if the giant responds to Portek.
Yeah, because that's what I was kind of thinking.
I'm
Yeah.
currently
So you got-
casting a spell. So
you two are
I'm not
holding,
going.
and
Yep.
Tin, you're casting.
Yes.
What's the casting time on the spell?
8.
Okay, so it's going up from 16. Okay, so Bagal, Ra, both of you pause as beside you, Tin begins to call upon either the elements or the forces of the cosmos, I know not which. Tick, and the giant at the same time on 10.
Oh, I'm going to do a double move, and I'm
Yep.
going to do a leap from the wall. But before I do, I'm going to turn to Portek and say, "Do you want me to take you with me?"
Yes.
I grab him and I jump into the middle of the two walls, and then jump onto the top of the walls as far away from the giant as I can get.
Okay, right, good. So that puts you, so we say 40 feet away from the giant. In which direction?
Let's say over here, away, kind of. Well, he's kind of standing by the doors, right? So
Gotcha.
maybe
Yes, he
actually,
is.
maybe on this, past this
Over
gap.
beyond that break. Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yes, you grab the dwarf, spring, and across the far side of the courtyard, like a true jumpy bug. Oops, sorry, I pressed out the wrong one.
And I want to see what I can see on the far side into the second courtyard.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. With the inner courtyard, you can see more bones. Just turn that around. There appears to be some kind of like a little dried out garden. In fact, you can just about make it out on that picture.
Oh, this thing here?
This little thing here, yeah. It's like a kind of like a flower bed sort of thing. That's like a dead garden of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much all you see. And beyond that, the inner walls of the keep.
Really important
Main
question. Are there any more giant skeletons?
You do not see any, no.
Because that's kind of a game changer.
Yeah, just next to the inner walls of the keep, kind of in line with this giant gash, right about here. There's a hole in the wall. So there are doors. You can see where this road would run through, and the main doors are about here. I'm going to show you another map. In a
Are
second that
all
shows
of these
them.
holes lined up in a straight line?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, right. At the same time as you do that, a couple of things happen. The voice from inside the giant shouts, "Liars! Prove your nature!" And then from inside the giant's ribcage comes a spray of magic missiles, hurtling in all directions. 2 of them hit Tin, dealing you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage and disrupting your spell. 10, that puts you on 67.
Stone skin doesn't help against that, right?
It does not at all, no. And the other 3 streak toward the fleeing form of Tick Tick. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because his kit means he's always going to get picked on. So you're on 86 hit points there, Tick Tick, as you leap through the air. 3 magic missiles slam into your carapace.
Ow.
Yeah. And at the same time as that, as soon as the spells have erupted out of its ribcage, the enormous giant turns and raises its huge femoral club and smashes it right down on top of the wall where you have been trying to hide.
Oh, it can see me.
Matthias. Something weird is going on, yes. That is going to hit armor class. Probably not yours. No, it's not. Okay. The femur smashes into the wall right next to you, Matthias. Flinders of bone fly across you. And thankfully, you take no damage.
But that's the first time you've missed me.
Yeah, Portek and Tin, you're both owed a move. Otherwise, we're going on to the next round.
Myself and Bengal allowed to act now?
Yeah, you are. If you've got held actions, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to just unleash upon this creature. Am I within melee, or will I need to approach it?
You'll need to get down off the wall and go charging toward it. Given that the wall's only 20 feet high, you can jump that safely, charge toward the giant, and engage it.
All right, and I believe
It's making
I have...
it's quite enough noise for you to... Yeah. Whoa, I'm a class 41. I love it.
Is it 4 attacks or 3? I forget. It's been a while.
You get 4 now, don't you?
Okay, so she leveled up, but as I said, the level bonuses don't come until you've had a chance to kind of properly rest because you're kind of still mid-adventure. So at the moment it's 2, then 3, then 2, then 3. And then, of course, you're offhand as well. So the first 3 are the correct ones, the first 3 that you rolled.
Cool.
So you can give me damage for those 3.
29, 25, 23. Can't math right now.
Yeah, right.
Just as I swirl my Lotulis into
75.
this creature.
Nice. Okay. It's over very, very quickly as the half-giant thunders forward and just basically decimates the giant skeleton. The thing doesn't appear to have been anywhere near as solid or intact as you were first led to believe, and it just falls apart in a shower of bone shards under the brutal swinging impacts of Ra and her Heartbreaker.
Go for that.
Done. Yay, Ra.
If in doubt, just hit it.
Instead of my move, can I do another shout out or not?
Can I first please get
Who's it
an
to?
observation
Bracken
check?
dice?
Mhm.
Can I first please get an observation check from Tin and Bengal?
Yeah.
If you don't have observation, just roll me wisdom.
Which is...
I have an 11, which is less than 18.
That's a pass. If at the top of your stat
Oh,
sheet, you can
just,
just roll a
yeah,
d20.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
Okay, so Bengal, you don't quite spot it. Busy being too overawed by watching Ra's mighty rippling thews.
Yeah, I was about to go down there with my swinging six and just do whatever I could kind of thing, you know? No need.
Yeah.
I just... Oh, I'll put these away then.
Just for a moment, Tin, you think you saw as the bones were falling apart, kind of hovering where the ribcage would be, the briefly translucent image of a man with floaty kind of loose hair, and then it's gone.
I'll call down to all of you. Be mindful. It seems some kind of possession. As Jade's light in face
I know.
burns my fucking
What's
retinas.
The cameras just suddenly started to work.
Let there be light.
The moon.
I'm the bald one. I'm supposed to be that bright.
I just stand there confused as I kind of listen out, and I'm just like, listen.
The curse of the red and white boy is being
I know.
transferred to Jay.
Is there anything that happens on the inner courtyard when the giant collapses?
No.
Okay.
Can I substitute the move I had remaining to have another shout out? Or
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So how can we prove that we are good people? We are not defilers. I can prove to you I'm a preserver.
Who are you talking to?
This is happening at the same time as all the other things. So I was still talking to the giant, which
Oh,
is now
okay.
being crashed.
It's like he's dead.
Just to be clear, by the way, so I currently have Constantine and Bingle Bangle still on the first wall.
I haven't
Ross-
moved yet.
Ra on the ground in front of the main gate where the giant was. That's fine. Yeah, pop your dudes there if you want. And you know what?
I'm standing
bring
next to a Tick Tick. I don't know exactly where he jumped to.
I'm going
but
to bring
I'm
up another
standing
map.
there.
There's a better map. Hold on.
A better map?
What?
Why did we start with this one?
Gas.
No, I'm
I
going to leave you
want-
on that one because you're being rude. You can have
I
the
want
best-
the better map.
later. Yeah, it's too
Now
late
you said there was a better map, and I want that
Yeah.
one now.
Yeah, that's too bad.
I have needs.
Ooh.
life is full of unfulfilled needs. You better get used to it. Okay, cool. Right. So, and the rest of you are on the wall. Yeah, exactly. Matthias there, and Tick Tick over with Portek on the far side.
Oh, wait, I have to drag my little guy on.
You don't have to. You can do it if you want.
But I'm gonna, not because anyone else is doing it, just because I want to.
We're missing Portek.
yeah, I'm trying to, but it doesn't want to move on.
You click
gotta
on the
grab-
name.
There he
Name,
is.
not the picture.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. So that's clear then. So to answer your question, no, there is no sign of any further activity in the inner courtyard. Your voice echoes from the stones, Portek.
While the
There is
giant is
no
crumbling
answer.
to dust.
Yes, there is no answer.
Music is so, reassuring.
Yes.
I feel reassured.
Good. That's what I'm going for. Reassuring. So what do you guys do?
Get
I
down
wanna
from
see-
the wall.
Can I see? Can I?
Okay.
Can I just look at the standing kind of right at the edge of that gap in the wall? Can I kind of just lower my head to see what caused this straight line of destruction down the middle of the? Is there scorch marks? Does it look like there's some kind of missile that went through it?
You think that it came from inside out.
In both directions.
Yes.
How interesting.
And probably up as well, judging from the hole in the roof. An explosion of energy. Multiple directions.
Right. That's
So-
crazy.
Looking around and where the giant where that head giant was already burned through, do I see any other markings around the courtyard or anywhere where that whatever hit her would have came from or would have went?
Yes, on the wall, on the gates, I'll show you. On the inner side of the main gates here, there's a big black scorch mark. Looks fairly recent. So
Okay.
something kind of went through her and then grounded itself against the wall.
Do I see any tracks or anything leading from that area away from her?
You can see that she clambered through the entrance and went running toward the main doors. Didn't get closer than halfway.
I'm talking about the originating point of whatever hit her. I'm trying to see
Oh.
if I can track anything in that area.
There's a lot of disturbed ground that suggests your suspicion is that the giant probably got up and zapped her.
Yeah.
But she was alone.
Not necessarily, but she's the one who didn't survive. And of course, being the people that they are, they just moved on and left her behind.
But the doors
She's
are
a hard
closed,
time.
right? The inner doors are closed. These
The inner
over
doors
here.
are closed, yes.
Yeah. Do they look like they can be opened, or are they much like the front one, all barred and big
All
rocks?
the
leaning against
doors
it?
are made of the same enormous slabs of stone. So they're, given there was a siege going on, they're probably sealed by some
Right.
method or other.
Right.
I suggest we go through the hole in the wall again.
Yeah.
The one that we're standing next to, Tick Tick.
How obviously I had stone skin on, so how damaged am I from that spell? Did I take damage from that spell?
Yes.
From the fireball,
No,
yeah, for sure.
the magic missile, right?
No, I did get
Oh,
hit
the
by
magic-
the magic missile.
You know, you're on 67 hit points, Matthias.
Okay.
I was the one hit by this missile.
What does Stone Skin do again?
Stone Skin prevents damage from physical attacks against you. So, arrows, swords, what have
So
you.
the fireball didn't.
Even if you miss, it still depletes a charge. And any spell that hits you isn't stopped, but also depletes a charge.
Oh, and you still take that. Okay, cool.
And you still take damage. Yeah.
Thank you.
And it goes away after 24 hours.
Right.
Okay, I suggest we move on.
Okay, cool.
If what you're saying is correct, Tick Tick, that means that the explosion to what happened to this place most likely happened inside that building.
Yes.
That should be the center point of the explosion.
Okay, I'm going to clamber down. I'm going to just jump down onto the ground just inside and basically ready myself to leap away back onto the wall in case something starts rising up again.
Okay, right.
I'll lower myself onto that the little house in front of me.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, cool.
And is there any openings in the roof at all, or is it pretty solid?
There are no openings in the roof. It is pretty solid. You suspect that it's a guard post of some kind. Okay, so Tick Tick, you leap down onto the ground. As I mentioned before, the ground is littered with bones, and there's only that desolate patch of dirt in the center of the courtyard, surrounded by the ruins of what you now see as a low marble wall. You brace yourself momentarily, and it of course proves to be a wise decision. Without warning, although you are ready for it, the inner gates of the keep begin to emanate light.
Okay, I leap back onto the wall. I don't even wait to see what happens.
No. The rest of you, apart from Ra, of course, see that a massive form is swelling through the doors. The monstrous shape of a spectral Rajata beetle. And when they're not ghosts, they look like this.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Okay. This one looks like that, but it's a ghost.
Can I turn into one of those?
Can I hop in its back? That looks so cute.
You might, if it's on your list, you can.
On it.
The form of it quite literally kind of phases through the doors and lumbers forward on great ghostly feet. From among the shards of scattered bone that are around it, a skeletal retinue of attendants assembles itself and begins to take up positions to either side of the war beetle.
Do I see that it's populated on the decks as well?
So there are kind of ghostly forms moving around on its decks and skeletal warriors marching along beside it. And from one of the skeletons, from the beetle itself, you can't tell, a voice rings out again. Abase yourself before my war beetle. And if you be preserver, then you might live.
Tick Tick, bring me there. Drop me off there.
Okay. I grab Portek.
What's the magic word?
Splat.
I jump down off the wall again and bring Portek to the ground, and then turn back around and jump back onto the wall.
Okay.
Where it's nice and safe.
The light of the ghostly Rajata beetle spills over Portek, a tiny figure illuminated with spectral light as the immense ghostly form rears above him, and as one, the skeletal warriors turn their heads to face him. Portek, what do you do?
I go as the voice instructed towards the beetle, and in front of it I fall to one knee and bow a head.
If you be preserver, the voice says, show me.
And I cast Preserver spell.
Okay.
I will cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. As you begin the uttering of the spell, you can hear the first words of what sounds like an extremely powerful set of magics beginning to form within the Rosetta Beetle, keeping pace with your own incantation. The green energies swirl up from the ground, surrounding you. No plant life dies, not even the tiny desert weeds that protrude through the flagstones and between the bones. And with that, the energies fade. The magic ceases to build. The skeletons collapse all at once. The Rosetta Beetle disappears from sight. And in its place, there stands the gentle, shimmering form of a man. Ectoplasmic, incorporeal, but regarding you with a calm intelligence in his ancient undead eyes. And here's an anticlimactic picture from Baxa.
Tom Baxa. Absolute hero.
He looks so awkward and I love it. He's like, hi.
Very sorry
Hey,
about
guys.
Present yourself.
Hi, guys!
Just popping in. Hope you don't mind.
Welcome to Akarakla.
Preserver. I will allow my charade to come to its end.
Well, was more than a charade. I would call it a defense.
You have come seeking Hakar,
Yes.
and you be not defilers.
No.
Already I have seen half-giant, halfling, Kreen. They claimed as you did.
But
They did not pass my test.
No, they would not. They were actually sent by, or they are the other half of a mission to resolve a conundrum that our world is dealing with at this point in time. But they were sent by the person who actually came here to destroy you thousands of years ago. They were minions of Hamanu.
But Hamanu surely is as dead as I am.
No, he is not. He and the other Sorcerer Kings, they survive.
Sorcerer Kings?
Yes.
I do not know what you speak of.
Hamanu and his ilk become eternal rulers of what remains of civilization in city-states. Hold up.
So we lost. We shades who stood against them.
Yes.
My failure holds me here. My personal failures.
We, as a token of our good faith, we brought the sword that Hamanu was forging to have you slain. We obtained it from up on the mountain there.
Yes, there was a great smith.
We met the ghosts, who was still smithing away.
No.
Yes.
All of us locked in a futile game. Centuries passed. It should never have happened. I am to blame. I thought it would work. And he gestures at the devastation that Akarakle has become.
What would work?
Well, I discovered their power, you see. The power of the Defilers. It wasn't all obvious. But once understood, it's so simple it was stunning. Like adding a sail to a ship. Destructive, of course, but I never imagined how destructive. Transfiguration is their power, channeled through the structure of these walls. And as he says it, he gestures, and the silt that's been caked here over years and years falls away from a patch of walls, and you see that the entire shape of the inner fortress is made of obsidian.
Transfiguration.
I sought it for myself, fueled by the life force of my enemy's minions, and focused through the walls of this keep and the veins of obsidian beneath our feet.
You became a defiler yourself.
No, I could transform myself into well,
that sounds like a defiling ritual you were just prescribing.
If I'd only had more time, I would have found a way to make it work. Merrick's legions had been outside my gates for a full cycle of the sun. My people were starving. We couldn't resist for much longer. I didn't have a choice. I had to try something. And I have had centuries to wish that I had not.
Yeah.
Not a soul within these walls, not a soul upon Morgage survived. And I wait for an end that may never come.
What happened to the ilk of Hamanu that breached the gates before us?
Oh, but they did not, you see. They built their ramparts. They never came to the walls of Akarakle.
No. I'm talking about the half giant that got killed at the
Of course,
at the gates.
you mean from the present day.
Yes.
They were here. Now they're gone. I don't know where to. They will not be returning. I think that much at least.
Did they come? Did they get what they were coming for?
No, they did not.
Do you know what they were coming for?
I do not. I took them in a fever dream for servants of Merrick. I did not know them for who they were. Still servants of the Lion.
Yes. But on a different mission. For the Lion, you are in the past. Something he has overcome. The Lion his ilk, they have perfected the transformation process that you started. All these sorcerer kings, they are busy with this transfiguration, as you called it.
Perhaps death was a kindness to me then, that I do not walk abroad in the world that you must. And why have you walked it? Why have you and this motley band of halfling and half-giant and queen and half-elf and flying man come here?
We have come to find answers on how to stop a curse that is afflicting the Tablelands.
A curse?
A psionic affliction.
Ah, yes. It's amazing that it still works. I can feel its effects. It's very fragile, you know. It's remarkable that it's lasted this long. An outstanding achievement for Cyanotrix. Our greatest, I think. that actually integrates magical science with the disciplines of the mind. Extraordinarily powerful device. Looks like a water blue gem, size of a mule's fist.
Right. It is currently being used to suppress all magics of the mind.
No, that is not what it is for.
That's what it's being used for. An organization called the Psionic Order has taken this item and this artifact and has been using it to do just that. And it's driving those closely bound to it insane creatures that are closely bound. My friend Tick Tick here, we have given him a temporary respite. Tick Tick.
Yes.
Can you come down and show him the contraption that we use?
I leap down and I skitter over there.
Hakar's shade stares down at you, and his eyes fall upon the.
I hold up the pendant.
Yeah.
To protect him from its powers.
Of remarkable manufacture.
It take away the anger.
Oh yes, we made things much like this. So this order, they have taken Dasarachis? That is where the Sanatrix was made, far too fragile to move. Must still be there.
Oh, well, this is one of the things that we're trying to find out. Where to go to stop them and how to stop them.
What is Dasarachis?
It is a fortress, one of our greatest. But I will give you the water hammer. You can go there and destroy it.
The water hammer? Oh, I read about this. I read about this, right?
Yes. It is a similarly fragile item. Looks a little bit like a butt plug. And when filled with water, it rings to a specific tone, and the emanations.
God, it's the butt plug.
And the
I knew that was going to have plot relevance.
The emanations that come from it will shatter the Sanatrix.
I think nobody will believe you. I think we need to see an image, Mark.
I've shown you the image.
We've seen the butt.
I want to see the blueprints again.
See the
Yeah,
blueprints
show
again.
us.
It's been so long.
Yes. Ah, yes.
There you go.
Okay. This is the document that Portek has on him, right?
Yeah. So you fill it up to the Pacific level, he says, and that will cause it to vibrate.
And how do we know? Where is Dasarachis?
It lies within the Dragon's Crown Mountains. It's in the name of the adventure and everything, and I'm not been able to say it up till now. And Arnat's been being very well behaved because he's kept quiet.
I have the adventure at home. I've had it for 30 years and I've never read it.
Dasarachis lies within the Dragon's Crown, a circular chain of mountains in the hinterlands, far beyond the forest ridge.
Uh-oh.
Does Portek know where this is? Does he?
You've no idea. He's describing something outside the Tablelands.
Outside Tablelands.
No idea at all where this is.
Okay, so Portek quickly starts making a brief outline of the map as he knows it, drawing it in the sand. This is the map as far as I know it.
Yes.
Where would it be?
He gestures off to the northwestern corner of the map.
Beyond the mountains?
Yes.
Jade.
Who's Jade?
Matthias.
I'll head over. Yes.
Tin. come have a look at the map.
As long as it's not the butt plug, I'm on my way. And I will come over and look at the map.
You know, if only Ra could see, because I can craft things. I can make things. I could make the blueprint. If only I could see.
We're talking about the map here, or we're talking about something else?
I think we're talking about something else.
No, we've already made
I
that.
was afraid of that.
We use it in the tossing.
So when we
Oh
get
my
there,
God.
how oh dear.
Sorry.
Het niveau daalt.
How would we find the Psionitrix once we're at Deseraches? Is there a way to locate it? Its location?
If I recall correctly, it was to be constructed in one of the upper towers, the highest point of the fortress, to allow its reach to be as extensive as possible. Yes.
Okay. And this water hammer, you have it?
Yes, I do in the armory here.
Okay.
And I will now I can find my cursor.
I ask, obviously not hearing what was going on before, where's the other group that came here?
They were repelled, apparently.
Where have they gone?
He doesn't know. But they'll be bound to try and come back.
Well, that worries me then.
They came, they were dissuaded, they left.
They will come back seeking Hamanu's assistance. So let's
Let
be
them.
quick about it.
I have no concern for such things. They will meet the same fate as their rather foolish companion.
Don't call her foolish.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Ra, we know these Hamanu people. They set out with us to find the solution to the whole situation. And then, of course, as with Hamanu, everything goes to shit, and they betrayed us. They're not out to preserve this world.
This half-giant was a friend of yours?
That's
He
touching
says-
lightly on friendship.
And even though you can't see him, you can feel the presence of his gaze upon you, Ra, and know he is addressing you.
She was a friend, but betrayed us, so... But it wasn't her fault, because she was just following orders.
Sadly,
I
just
take
following
back
orders is
then-
never a good excuse.
Then I take back my harsh words. I did not mean to speak unkindly of someone.
Most of the people working for creatures like Hamanu are pawns, willing or unwilling, or manipulated, or in some way or form. It is a harsh world we live in now.
Yes, and harsh because of the failures of myself and my generation. He turns and with a wave of his spectral hand, the doors to the keep open. You may proceed to the armory.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a way we can set you free from this eternity of suffering. Do you know of a way?
Yes.
Would you?
A thing that I could not do myself. Life must come here again. I feel its absence. And I feel that absence like a chain holding me.
Okay.
If there were life here again, I feel that chain would be broken. Like a yearning within me.
Okay. We can help you with that. Both Tin and me, we should be able to set up the first steps of a renewed garden.
Ah. Yes. My garden. And a slow, soft smile drifts across his face. Come. I will show you what you seek. Well, as you can see from the map, the interior of Akarakle's fortress is just as devastated as the rest of it. You can probably guess that, judging from the fact that the upper floor here is completely ruined. You can see the stairs that go up to it here. The upper floor is completely devastated. The zone of destruction radiates out from that. And Hakar indeed confirms that his magical spell was performed there. Stairs lead down here. Down and down to the lower levels, down a spiral. These doors open at a simple wave of his hand. You see them great black obsidian things ensorcelled with ancient runes, and shudder to think of the challenges you would have faced had you decided to come here without Hakar's blessing, or attempted it. This here is the armory. It contains weapons that were never put to use. Steel, long since rusted. Leather armor, metal armor, long since corroded or gone so brittle that it's useless. On a stone shelf at the rear, however, different colored glass cylinders. Most are broken, but two, a red one and a black one, are intact, and both resemble the water hammer shown in the diagram. Hakar points. Their cases are there, and you can see these old cracked wooden boxes, but lined with soft satin pillows with indentations to take the shape of the water hammer. The hammers are extremely fragile. We've crafted many, only two remain. You may take them both.
Thank you.
If mishap befalls you, it is a long way back here.
Yes.
And if I am gone, this room will remain closed to you. He shows you where there are fine gradations of lines up the length of the water hammer.
They are identical except for the color.
Except for the color, yeah.
Yeah.
Fill it precisely with water. Its construction will take care of the rest.
Okay, I memorized the instructions. I'm presuming that some of you are also going to come and memorize those instructions.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're all down there.
Yeah.
Good.
Presume I can't read.
I can probably, if you tell me a word, I'll try and remember that single word.
Yeah.
I can read and write.
Okay.
He gestures toward another shelf before gliding back out of the room. Some enchanted trinkets have survived the ages. Take them if you will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Proceed to do so. Do the boxes need any repairing?
No, you need to take care of them.
Okay, because I can do a mending spell. Maybe that will help.
Yes.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay, so on the shelf, and a detect magic will reveal them quite easily. In addition to the water hammers, there is a spell string with various intricate-looking knots up and down its length. That will require a read magic to properly identify, or a priest to take a closer look at it if it turns out to be a priest spell. There is also a very beautiful ring set with different sized amethysts. Of the various suits of armor, all are decayed except for one. And in a little box, there is a brooch made of obsidian. Hakar will explain their purposes to you, and I'm going to drop their magic item cards into the chat right now. Simply put, the band of Akarakle, the ring, will give you a +3 bonus to armor class and saving throws. The leather armor is superior Onyx leather armor, and it's +4, which means it gives you a base armor class of 18. Gives you +8 to armor class. And the brooch, which is one that Hakar made himself, is a brooch of obsidian shattering. When you say its command word, it destroys all obsidian within a certain radius, except for the brooch itself.
Does it do that once a day, or is it like?
I'm just going to pull the card up for you just now.
Okay, good.
Check and see. And where's the armor? There's the armor.
And what did the band of Akarakle do again?
It's a ring of protection +3. It enhances your defenses and ability to resist magics by about 15%. Okay, the 3 files are uploading. They're a mighty 3.82 megabytes, so Discord's going to take a week and a half to give you those. So good luck.
Okay, and then
you said
the spell string.
And the spell string, yes, these are indeed cleric spells. 2 of considerable power. A blade barrier and a raised dead.
Ooh.
So I should say priest spells actually.
Wow.
Okay, the cards are in the chat now. So
Yes, I see
feel free
what
to
they
have a look at them.
Oh, that's pretty.
I like the ring. That's quite nice.
He likes the armor. It actually looks like what Matthias is actually wearing.
So the armor itself, being magical armor, will resize itself to fit anything from a halfling to a half giant.
You said it was a +4 to armor?
It's +4 superior Onyx leather, so for a total of +8.
What's my current armor like?
Let me give you guys some information.
Because
on
depending
this.
on
Okay,
it,
so
because if someone is super lacking, we'd probably go to them.
okay, so Ra gives the exact same armor class as your Braxat shell. It's that good.
Then
So it's +8.
wow.
Portek currently has Onyx leather at +4. Matthias, you've got Onyx breastplates, greaves, and your bronze shoulder thing, giving you a total bonus of +5. Tick can't wear it. Tin likewise is wearing Onyx leather +4, and so is Bengal. So it would be a boost to anyone who took it.
Tin,
Except
given
for
how
Ra, except
often
for
he
Ra.
falls over in combat,
Or me.
looking at that pretty
I would-
side-eyeing the shit out of it.
I would put dibs on the ring just because it doesn't work for anyone who's wearing armor.
Yeah, but your armor class is 29 already. I'm thinking more
I know.
like
Like
Bengal, who has
Which-
probably got lower armor class.
Well, yeah, and I've got
Oh,
I don't know. I would quite like the brooch, to be fair.
The ring is magic armor.
Yes.
I don't think any of us have magic armor.
No one has magic armor.
No,
The ring doesn't
Yes,
work.
so-
The ring doesn't work with, I believe it's magic armor and metal armor.
It just says magic
Oh.
armor of any type.
Oh,
does it say
magic armor.
Does it say magic? Okay, well, whatever the card says, that's correct.
Well, I take it
Oh.
back then. I was lying apparently. I'm a lying liar of lies.
So who would need an up on their armor class most?
Hi.
Tin getting.
You're
I mean,
you're
if Tin
all
gets
around the same.
Well,
You're all
yeah.
about the same. 17 between
As-
17 and 20,
If
and then
Tin
Tick Tick
gets
is
the
way out
armor,
beyond that.
Yeah.
If he shape changes, does the armor still stand, or would that remove it? Because then that
Yeah,
changes things.
No.
when he shape changes, he gets the armor class of the creature he shape
Of
changes.
the
into.
creature. When I'm
Yeah.
casting, that's when he usually gets his ass kicked most when casting. And then that turn, armor would help him.
In that case, I retract my.
I just think anything with an armor class bonus or protection bonus should be going to the people that are in the front of combat.
Yeah. Which is why Ra, you, me, or Tin is good for any of us.
Including me, but I can hide.
Yeah, you too, of course, yeah.
I would like the ring if it's not something that anyone else takes, but if anyone else wants
No.
it, they can have it. I think the armor would be good for.
I think the ring is good for Ra because it also helps with saving throws against mind
Yeah,
control spells
exactly.
and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
That's my thought. And then the brooch, I think, as long as someone has like a verbal, like if the person doesn't have to do something verbal on their turns, then that I think would be good for them.
Well-
Because if someone has a verbal component to a spell, then they're not going to be able to say
I think
that.
Well, I
Bengal's the
don't-
only person
I don't
who had
cast
interest
any
in it.
spells, so if no one else wants it,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Bengal was the one who was like, I would like that. Nobody
I
else
want the
spoke up.
brooch.
What's
Yeah,
Bengal's
go.
armor class as well?
20.
Yeah.
20 normally, but he gets
With
it up.
armor optimization 31.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're
Yeah.
mostly armor optimized anyway, so the armor makes sense to either go to, let's say, Tin or myself then. Again, who's up front? Who out of us are up front in combat? So
It
I would
depends.
say you, Matthias,
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah, I move up when I'm spell casting, healing, things of that nature. It's when I go up front. But for the most part, I will try to use arrows.
plus obviously
Yeah,
you
I-
shape change, so that's
Yeah.
just worthless.
I
for
would
you if you
give-
shape
Which
It's,
also
keep
it's
in
more
mind
useful
doesn't
for
help
Matthias
my
because he
armor
actually
class.
uses it more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shape changing isn't a sell for my armor class because there's nothing I can turn into with an armor class greater than what I
No.
currently have.
Yeah. Oh, I'll happily take the armor if everyone's okay with that.
You guys decide. I don't have a say.
So what are we seeing here? Well, we've got
Matthias gets the armor.
What does the armor do for me,
Hakar's-
Mark? Plus wise?
Plus 4 because you have Inix leather
Hakar-
already.
Hakar's brooch goes to Bingle Bangle,
Bingo.
was it?
Bingo Bangle.
Yes.
Did you decide on the ring?
Ra.
I think that was to Ra, right?
Okay, okay, fine.
I got 2 rings now.
Yeah.
Look at
And
me.
in I don't know how it is in other editions, but in AD&D, you can only have 2 rings working, one on each hand. That's
Love
true.
that. It's not like I
Uh.
have 10 fingers or anything.
Love that little shade you dropped there, Mark.
Okay, so your armor class goes to 23 now.
Who, mine?
No, Ra.
Oh, Ra.
And also, this will affect all your saving throws too. I'll update your sheet for that.
Thank you.
And finally, all your saving throws are going to get a +3 bonus, basically. And the armor. Did that go to Matthias? Did I hear?
Matthias. Yeah.
Yeah, the group decided Matthias.
So what would that take my armor to?
Okay, that's going to give you a 3-point bonus on your overall armor class. So you'll go to 23. You're already at +5, and this will go up to +8.
So 23, but 24 if I'm to.
Yeah, if you're doing your thing. Yeah.
That armor is terrible. Oh my goodness. +8, but minus all heals from the druid. Holy shit.
So for the brooch, I mean, obviously it says it does something to all the obsidian things. To get it properly checked out, would I need to go to a priest then, like to get more information on it or something?
No, so what I'm going to go with is that Hakar explains it's
because it is his. I was going to say,
yes,
can I not just be like, what it do, son?
Yeah, you have to say shalakalak or something.
Shalaka. I'm not saying that. Can I change it? It sounds stupid. Please.
I think you should say the password should be blammo.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you safely secure the water hammers.
I give the priest spells to Tin. I think that's better with you.
Are you sure Tin? I can already do these?
It's
I'll just stuff them in the bundle with the other scrolls. And okay, when you need them, let me know.
Make a note of those. It's Blade Barrier and Raise Dead.
Yep, I got them.
You can cast these from the scroll as extra, though, if we need to.
Yeah.
But you can also learn the spell from the scroll, right? Or is that not something you do as a druid?
I already know them. Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Hakar is waiting for you in the courtyard. Night has now fallen over Akarakle. He's just staring down at the bare soil of what was once the garden. His head lifts slightly as you emerge from the ruins of the fortress. You are ready to depart now.
Aye.
Then you have my blessings.
Well, before we go, let us spend a little time to bring green and life into your courtyard. This will help you move on.
I feel it. I slew everything here.
Would it not be wise to rest here before we continue onward?
I would agree.
I have injuries.
Likewise.
Okay. So you're going to settle yourselves down, try and get some rest, wait until morning comes?
Yeah, before I do that, actually I will use some of my spells or my remaining spells to start this garden, fertilize the earth, that kind of thing.
Okay, nice. Well, the rest of you settle...
That being said, I will also use plant growth in the area and try to get use my spells to try to enrich the land, bring back his garden, the pretty garden.
Right.
Are the healers going to heal?
I will heal Ra, Tick, Bengal.
I can see that smirk on your face.
No, I have plenty of spell slots, so if anybody is damaged, I could, depends on how much you guys are all down, I could easily, with the slots available,
I think I'm about 20 off.
I think I'm down like 5 or something like that.
Yeah, this is not even, with the spell slots I have available, it's not even a hindrance.
Look, please go ahead, Carl.
Sorry, I'm presuming that the Constitution thing is something that happens next day.
We will deal with it very, very shortly.
Okay.
Oh dear.
As for the night, the rest of you settle yourselves down and are lulled off to, if not sleep, at least restfulness by the sounds of Portek calling upon the elements and enriching the earth, and Constantine summoning life from it. Tiny green shoots that burst into the moonlight and spread and flower as if seasons of sun and rain and succor had nourished them to the fullness of their growth. As the moons rise high over the courtyard and the garden is summoned to magical life, Hakar at last turns his head toward the heavens and weeps tears that he cannot feel across cheeks that are but a memory. And he becomes one with the moonlight, fading into the grey that waits for all Athasians beyond death, until memory is all that remains of him. That and his garden. There we are going to take a break. The morning sun rouses you from your sleep. You are fully rested, your spells restored, and we'll just apply some healing overnight. Bagal, the night's rest leaves you fully healed. 10 puts you up on 73. Tick Tick and Night's Rest leaves you on 92. Matthias on 73.
I think Tin said and they were going to heal everyone during the night.
Yeah, okay, fine. Then we'll just assume all these minor injuries that are still remaining.
Yeah, with my spell slots, I was able to bring easily everybody up to full. Yes, I didn't do many spells.
No problem at all. Okay, right. Let's get this out of the way before we go any further. Ra and Portek, can I have saving throws against death magic from both of you? 1 from Ra and 2 from Portek, please.
Remember, you've got D6s that have to be used today.
Yes. Where are these? Oh, where are they at again? Oh, there they are. Okay, so I get a plus 3.
Portek, you make your first save.
So this should also have a plus or minus 3 because of the ring.
Do you roll that natural 1?
That was me.
Okay, that's a fail automatically. And Portek, that 4 is also...
Where's the natural 1? I don't see...
Can't you use your D6 inspiration?
Yeah, can I
need to roll for that one, Mark?
A natural 1 is always a fail.
I'm going to give Ra my D20.
That's a re-roll, right?
Okay, let me just answer Portek's question quickly. You rolled a 4 there. Your death magic save is a 6.
So I will roll a D6 on top of that.
Okay, so you want 2 or higher for the D6. Roll it.
And we've all got Osiris coming in with 1,000 bits for 2 D20s. I'll see who gets that.
Okay, Portek, that's your both of your saves made. And
that'd be Tin, and the DM gets 1.
And
Tin already has 1.
Oh, Tin has 1.
I already have a D20.
Then it would be Ra or Bengal.
Give it to Bengal, because if you're giving me your 1, technically I have 1.
Oh.
Actually, yeah. Can I re-roll with Jade's D20?
Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Osiris. Much appreciated.
19. Beautiful.
Yay!
Okay,
thank you.
right.
Yay! Thanks
to a good night's rest and the generosity of our viewers, your constitution drain is gone by morning. Huzzah.
Does that mean that the lost hit points are also back?
And the lost hit points come back. Yes.
Nice.
Huzzah.
Huzzah indeed. Yes. All right. So as you may have noticed, I have put the world map, such as it is, up on Roll20. Don't know if you guys are on that page. Let me see. Did I put you on that page?
I am now. Yes.
Yes, I did. Okay, good. Right. You're actually off the map, way off. You can see Lake Island here, where Murlak the Giant was, and the ring of fire, the road of fire, to refresh your memories, extends off quite some distance beyond that.
It burns.
It does. So you can see there, Lake Island.
Oh,
and
I can see the
all the way-
penis island. Yeah.
All the
so
way over
that's where
here
we
is
are.
Penis Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
Morkaz, sorry.
Which
Stop
translates
saying that.
To
in
Penis
giant
Island.
to Penis Island.
Yeah. Okay. So, right. There you go. Dragon's Crown Mountains.
Little island.
Long way away.
Oh,
Okay.
Well,
This is
wish
the
to
map.
go-
The-
can we not just fast travel? I swear we've unlocked that already.
Yeah, we've been there. We can
We've been
fast
there.
travel.
Come on.
I was secretly hoping that he would like wizard us somewhere. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Fuck off.
We
Last
wake up,
time-
find he's gone, and we're just like looking at the sky. You bastard!
You bitch!
How
If
dare
you,
you?
if you remember, last time you went to the forest ridge, you went to about here
Where?
to Karana,
Well, can we fast travel there then? That's still
and
close.
and it almost killed most of you.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna say we shouldn't travel with Tick Tick, least of all.
Well, Tick Tick's been upgraded, so maybe he's got the forest.
Nah,
mode.
Upgraded.
no, I not go there anymore.
His respiratory system remains the same.
Guess who's back?
Mark.
McFarry.
Couldn't I just fly over it?
Where
For
on this
his
map
revenge.
do I need to go for the bones? The bones.
What?
Bones.
The bones in
Oh,
Drudge,
the little
right?
kid's
It was
bones.
Drudge. That was
Oh,
Drudge.
Drudge.
He wants to go to Drudge.
So that's here.
Oh, okay. So go there first. Then.
Oh, so that's on the way first.
Okay. So
Oh.
my questions to you then is, how are you getting back? As I recall correctly, the Amistine had agreed to wait for you for a couple of days off the coast of Morgage. So
Oh,
getting
yeah.
back to the mainland is not a problem. They could probably drop you near Bitterwell. You could be in Drudge within what are you looking at there? 50 miles. It's like 20, 30 miles. You could be in Drudge within a couple of days from Bitterwell.
And from there, we can hire a passage
You could
aboard
certainly, absolutely.
a caravan
Yeah.
or something,
Mhm.
Yes.
and then spend the next 14 months on the road.
I will hand wave caravan travel.
Road trip.
I think we should roll to see if we can do watches every night and then random encounters.
Yeah.
when you're done with that, someone can phone me and let me know, and I'll get out of bed and come finish running the game.
Yes.
On our way out of the castle, we retrieved the potion that's on the belt of the giant, of course.
I think
Yeah.
that's been done.
Yeah.
Didn't it just
Yeah.
get given to Bingle Bangle?
Yeah, we
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Bangle got it. Yeah.
I missed
Wait,
that.
did I? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Machine.
Are there any chips of obsidian lying around?
Lots.
Seeing as, yeah, can I grab some?
Sure.
Just
Quick, activate the pendant.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
no.
get the brooch, get
I
the
was
brooch.
Get the brooch. What's the magic word? Shazam or something?
It's valuable, right?
I thought it was shakalaka, wasn't it?
It's sh-
Isn't,
boom
isn't
shanker.
obsidian?
Shakalaka.
Shakalaka patang.
One shopkeep insults
Trying
you.
trying
and
to
you're just
roleplay
like,
here in these
"A boom
clowns.
shakalaka." Gone.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Your business is dead.
So how
All these-
how are
all
we
these
getting
poor
back?
people watching us are here like they're like, what are they doing?
My understanding then is that you are going to be taking the Amistine back to the mainland. There will be a
Yes.
stop off at Drudge to inter the water boy's bones,
Yeah.
so that you don't have a horrible undead haunting you forever.
Yep.
And then you can get passage aboard one of the many caravans that travel the Road of Kings, and end up where? Are you going back to Tyr? Are you going to hop off the caravan and hike it up to
What's-
Desverendy's Valley?
What's this place here
Um,
again?
That's Tyr.
Oh, is it? Oh, we live there. We should go there then.
Well, weren't we on a? Oh no, we're not going to report back to Hamanu until we've actually got some results. So
His people
Well,
tried to kill us.
Yeah, I don't answer to that line, bitch.
There's that.
I mean, I'm just throwing. I'm not saying that we
Screw that
have
guy.
to listen.
I'm not telling him nothing.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna ask.
Manu, don't mind if I do.
I'm gonna ask
Some
from
man.
each of you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna ask from each of you a piece of your clothing, if that's okay with you.
Why?
It's a bit
I don't
freaky.
have clothes.
Weirdo.
I
So
don't
I
have.
can-
I don't have clothes.
something else that's of your personal value that you can?
I only have like one
give
piece
me?
of clothing.
What do you
Strip
need
off
for?
My
naked.
loincloth.
Yeah.
I needed to make one of my spells work. So when you get lost, I can at least locate you.
Well, can I have it back
Oh.
afterwards?
I give you a chip of docile.
Thank you.
Can I give him like
It can be a strip of a shirt that you're wearing. It's all fine.
I'll give him you know what, I'll give him like the tiniest bit of my bandana thing.
I tried to give
Okay.
him the cleanest part of my loincloth, but I'm not gonna lie, Chief, it's not looking very good.
Okay.
I'll give a small, very
I
small
grab out the
piece
tongs.
inside of my cloak.
Yeah, you want to keep a 5-meter distance from that thing.
Gulls.
I haven't bathed in a while, but you can have my boxer shorts. I had them over.
How stylish.
They're
Right, so can I get some consensus from you guys? Can I get some
course.
consensus from you guys on what your ultimate destination is?
Big tier?
I think Uruk was off the
Yeah.
We're not going to
Yeah.
Uruk.
That makes
Tyr, and then-
little sense to go there.
Yeah, and then
Desverendi's
from there,
Valley.
I guess.
I don't know. Whatever.
We'll go
I
drive.
don't know. Do you guys want to make a pit stop in Karana, like towards the hinterlands, or do we just want to go straight past?
Well, we need to find out what's happened to Gorgonard as well, don't we? So
Yeah,
what's
that's
our-
also true.
What's our
Within
last
reason,
thing
yeah.
of that?
Also,
Do we know his
Tick-Tick-
last location?
The last time you saw Gorgonard was okay. The last time you saw him in person was in Desverendi's Valley when he sent you to Uruk to find out what their involvement in it was. Turned out actually there wasn't any. And then when you were there, you had a magical conference using one of Hamanu's magic mirrors. That revealed Gorgonard to be in the Forest Ridge. And he said he'd heard of a powerful halfling mind bender whose advice he was going to seek out. And since then, you didn't hear anything from him at all until after you left Lake Island, where there was his abruptly truncated psychic message.
So it would probably do us well to go see the halflings of the Forest Ridge. If
Yes.
we're trying to find Gorgonard.
Also, Tick-Tick is not going to join you in the Forest Ridge.
That's okay, buddy.
So we're gonna go past here,
Yeah, past.
Forest Ridge.
Yeah.
Also,
And
we
then-
know the road.
Mm-hmm.
Get off the road.
Okay.
Get off the road.
So drive first.
And are we? I'm assuming that we're gonna make it like a pit stop in Tyr, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the city itself.
I assume so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like at the villa and whatnot.
We're on a
Do
time
we-
sensitive, aren't we?
Do we have the harness?
Well, yeah. How time sensitive is this sort of thing that we're looking at?
You don't really know how much longer can people put up with having their brains fried by the Sinistrix.
Oh, true.
Anyway, I just need a decision from you guys so I can move on
Tier.
With
Let's
my
go
life.
for Tier.
with the game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a wheel drive.
No problem.
Yeah.
Your farewells, two more guys, then are quite precipitous. You leave Akarakle, head back up Merrick's Road, retracing your steps over the course of about another slow, sluggish day to find the Amistine still waiting for you.
I have a quick question before we go there. Do we actually raise the giant, the half giant that died?
Nobody spoke to me about that. Were you?
No,
guys-
I'm bringing it up right now. Something that shoots in my head.
As we're looting her corpse.
We have
No?
the power. We have the power to do it. Actually, I don't. But
No, we
I don't see a
we
reason to.
don't have the power to do it. I do, and it will come at cost to myself. So
If
think
you
well.
if you cast a scroll,
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Keeping
Does it?
that.
It is a risk.
There's always risk.
Is it not
We-
worth keeping that for one of us?
I reckon we just keep moving.
No offense
That
to
would be
this
my
half
thought.
giant. I would rather use that sort of power on one of you.
Yeah.
The half giant made her choice.
fair enough.
Ulvarius is waiting for you aboard the Amistine. Glad to see you alive. I say we be away from this cursed place, he says. I'll have you back on the mainland. In 2 shakes of an Enix's tail. Make yourselves comfortable. The Amistine, her sails filled with a favorable wind from the east, rides the silt. It is a brief time of peace before your return to the world. You've left Akarakle behind and the horrors of Morgage. Ahead, the tablelands and beyond the hinterlands await you. But for those few days that it takes you to reach Bitterwell, it's almost peaceful. Four days later, you are standing in a slightly muddy field as the moons rise. And out of the sight of the Draji, whose attention you have carefully evaded to get this close to their city, you inter the water boy's bones. And like Hakar before him, he is freed from the curse of the last of the wind mages. And like Hakar before him, fades into the moonlight. His gratitude, little more than a sigh. The House Inika caravan is a well-appointed argosy. A single gold coin covers your passage as far as Tyr. You travel in luxury. After the pleasures of the Sea of Silt, again, you simply enjoy the open road. The Road of Kings, turning south down the Silt Road, past Dragon's Bowl, and out across the great alluvial sand wastes. The immense dune desert that you have trod back and forth more than once. Until finally, one particular morning, several days down the line, the ringing mountains finally make themselves known as a purplish smudge on the western horizon, clouds bedecking their upper peaks. A signal that you are close to Tyr and a reminder of the barrier that you must soon face. Other travelers become more commonplace the closer you get to the city that you've chosen as your home. And so the last few miles are a bit of a trundle through the arms of the Tyr Valley, across its verdant belt, and finally to the city-state of Tyr itself. There at its gates, the House Inika caravan asks that you disembark so that they can handle whatever mercantile deeds are required of them. And you can at last catch up with your adopted home and prepare yourself for the final leg of your journey. The gates are busy, so you find yourselves queuing a little bit at Caravan Gate. And there's a small group of dwarves from Kled have set up a shrine to the elements of fire embodied in the sun, and offering out spicy, what they call spicy sun cakes to everybody. It's just simply a kind of honeyed bread with a red glaze and simple yellow sun on the
yummy.
top
Can I have one?
But yes, tasty. Yeah,
I
they're
want
quite giving them out. Yes. Blessings of the fire elements to you.
And to you also. Yeah.
Blessings of the fire elements. Only one. Blessings of the fire elements to you. And you inch your way forward through the queue until you reach the gate. One of the guards on the gates clearly recognizes you. You are notable figures, at least. Yes, sirs and madam. I've been asked to ask you just to wait here for a few minutes, please.
I give my fire cake to Bengal.
By whom?
Tyrion Watch, please. So, unless you indicate otherwise, I'm going to presume that you wait for a few minutes.
Sure.
Yes.
And it is only a few minutes until Captain Zalcor. You can see him coming through up caravan way toward the gates, accompanied by 20 guards, including 3 or 4 half giants. And a dwarf in a little smart grey smock striding along by his side, trying his best to keep up. At the sight of Captain Zalcor, the gate guard waves him over. Zalcor, you may remember, tall man, long neck, long expressive fingers, and really rather outrageous mustache. Big black bristling thing. Kind of mid to late 20s, a bit of a young up-and-comer in Tyr. Thank you for waiting, Zalcor says. Welcome back to Tyr. You've been away for a little while.
We have.
Yes. He looks over at the dwarf. The dwarf nods. Right. Good. My Lord Matthias. As you might recall, when you left here, there were a few questions that I had for you.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to. Oh, I see you're wearing it. Your ring.
Yes.
You didn't have that on last time we spoke. Interesting. Can I ask you about that ring?
If you wish.
Yes. What does it do?
It looks pretty.
I'll come to the point then. Does it have any magical abilities?
I activate my line, or the reverse version of it.
Mm-hmm.
If it does, I don't know.
He looks over at the dwarf. The dwarf shrugs. You don't know.
No. Plus, I found it far off to the east. Where have we just been? What's the place we've just been? Far east of
Penis
Silt.
Island.
Sea of Silt.
Off far into the Sea of Silt.
Sea of Silt. Yes. You see, we performed some what's it called? Bone reading, the dwarf says. Right, yes. So as Golos says, bone reading on the remains of Senator Travalis Minthor. And it turns out that the fire elemental that killed him was summoned by a ring. Just wondered if you knew anything about that.
Who knows? I mean, it's been such a long time, you know?
Right, yes.
Am
Master
I under
Portek.
arrest, Captain, or can I go to
Master
my villa?
Portek. A moment, please. Lord Matthias. Master Portek. Do you know what this ring does?
I have a look at the ring. It looks to be a magical ring.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you if you knew what it does. Yes or no question, please.
I think I do, yes.
What does it do?
It's likely a ring that summons fire elementals.
Right. Is this the ring that was used to summon the fire elemental that killed Travalis Minthur, to the best of your knowledge?
I wouldn't know.
He's lying, the dwarf says.
No, I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
I would guess that it doesn't matter whether you were there. I would guess that I would guess that the perpetrator probably revealed this information.
Actually, he did not.
Actually, he did, because you hid it in the ground for him using your earth cleric ability.
Oh, well, I guess I did.
Anyways, let's go.
Yes. Is this the ring that was used to kill Travalis Minthur? Master Portek?
Yes.
Is this the ring that was used to kill Travalis Minthur?
Travalis Minthur was not killed by a ring.
Please don't pretend that you don't understand what I'm asking you. You don't want to make this any worse for yourself than it already is. Do I have to ask the question again, or are you going to answer me?
No, I don't think I'm in the mood to answer that question. I feel like I'm entitled to a lawyer in this, because I feel that I'm a lawyer, somebody to represent my case.
You have no case. I'm an officer of the Tyrian Guard asking you a question pertaining to an ongoing murder investigation. You are obliged to answer my question. Or you will find yourself having a case specifically obstructing said investigation.
Well, that'll have to be then the case, because I'm not going to continue this.
Very well.
This notion.
Master Portek, you are under arrest for obstructing the investigation of a duly appointed officer of the Tyrian Guard. Lord Matthias, you are under arrest for murder. Guards, please take them both away.
And us guys, we're not under arrest, right?
Not yet, no. Let's try and keep it that way.
Not yet.
So, Matthias, Portek, $64,000 question. Are you letting yourselves be taken into custody?
Do I really
You
want
say the
to?
word, guys. You'll say the word and I'll kill him. You
Say
the word and I'll
and Min
we'll
and
kill
Max
him.
are gonna go absolute ape shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You say the word.
This is going to
Say
go
the
so
word.
badly.
You tell us, Chief.
There's-
You say the word.
No.
Give us a sign, Annie. Make a weird noise, whatever it is.
Guys, go and talk to our representation on the council. I put my hand forwards to be bound.
Who
Okay.
is our representation again? Sorry. Just
Who is the nastiest and the sharpest tongue of the whole group?
right.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go ask her.
One of the
I'll go with
the
them to
half
make sure that their items are.
one of the half giants loops a pair of half giant hair manacles around your
It's
your
not
wrist
necessary. We will follow.
Snaps your neck by accident.
The half giant looks down. Spellcaster, he says.
Made this from my own hair.
Can we take their possessions back to their home, though?
Their possessions may become property of the Tyrian state, depending
Which is
upon
why
the
we
judgment
want
of
to
the
take
court.
them home.
We're coming free of our will with you.
Matthias?
What item?
Just
What
so
I'll
you
say-
know,
My lord, Ma-
Can
Rara
we
is, like,
leave?
stood and she's got like a hand behind her, like just fucking.
So,
This is so just.
if you would allow, I will take their items, but if there is an offending item that you actually have claim to believe is involved in something, happy to leave that behind for your investigation.
Matthias, Lord Matthias, your hands, please.
I show my hands, but I hand over my gear to Tin,
No.
leaving the ring on.
One of the half giant steps in front of you as you, the minute you try to hand anything over, and tries to take you by the wrist and manacle you. Are you resisting?
No, but I'm going to allow my going to try and use what is it called?
Escape bonds.
Yeah, to allow him
That's
to not tighten it.
resisting.
But like, you know, trying to do it and position my wrists in a way that it leaves a gap.
So
to-
he thinks he's manacled you, but he hasn't
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, give me a roll for that.
Ruse and counter ruse.
Do they have a warrant to search him? Didn't think so.
Didn't
Hand
think
it
so.
over.
Right, you give it a good effort, Matthias, but the half giant's grip is brutal and strong, and you find yourself nevertheless being thoroughly manacled by his big, hairy handcuffs.
Okay.
So can I hand over my shoulder bag with my belongings to the group?
No, it's all taken into custody.
I tell them that what's in that bag needs to go with them. And that's a matter of Tyrian state security.
I'm sure it is, sir, Zalcor says, clearly ignoring you. And with a...
Am I able to go with them to ensure that they are treated hospitably?
you
Guys,
can come with us. You can come with us as far as the gates of the prison house.
make sure that that the items that we have secured do not fall in anybody else's hands. Tyr's survival depends on
All
it.
right, that's enough. Move them along. And at Zalcor's instruction, the half giants and the guards usher you through Caravan Gate.
You said
And-
that you knew he was lying, so just see if he's lying about this.
There are so many faces just looking on in shock and surprise as two of Tyr's most celebrated figures are taken prisoner.
Yeah, this is not going to be good for our publicity.
It's time to storm the capital.
We're going to have to change our name again.
Oh, that's what needs to change.
Oh, yeah, 100%. No, I mean, obviously, our next course of action is to go break them out of prison, right? Am I the only one thinking this? Because I immediately thought prison.
Out of character. Why you think I'm going?
I think we need to go to Chirodius, right?
Yes, well,
Yes.
yes, we need to go talk to the she-devil, and then we can break them out of prison.
Okay, so as for the detainees, you are taken across Tyr, and there's no doubt that Zalcor is doing it in public in just this way. Down Caravan Way, through Iron Square, past the Ziggurat, and into the Golden City
A bit of a me monster, isn't he?
to Tyr's prison house.
Has he got a bell? Is he yelling shame? Ding, shame. Shame. Did you get the joke?
At any point, by the way, you guys can interrupt me and tell me that you're.
Are you trying to encourage us to get into trouble? Is that what you're doing?
I'm trying to be a kind and generous DM when I say things like they take you into custody, strip you of all of your belongings, and place you in simple prison smocks, and usher you into detention cells where you sit individually to await further attention.
This is more a me question. Is it illegal to send someone a bard?
No,
No. Okay. Cool.
I mean, no, not sending them the bard. Depends what the bard does is a different matter.
Well,
Actually, what the
people
bard
inclined-
does,
Yeah.
what the bard does is on you, not on the bard. So, but sending the bard on its own is not illegal.
So if you can prove that the bard was
Well, we
sent
already
by someone
know.
else,
We already know that they sent a bard to kill me. So
yeah.
No, sorry,
that
someone else.
was the
Someone else.
Tirthanis who sent the bard.
But they sent the fire elementals, and we've already managed to get that in proof writing.
If I recall correctly,
That's another family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Varassi
Winthor.
sent his son.
Yeah.
Travalis' son Varassi was the one who attacked your holdings.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 different families. Yeah.
Yeah, but we killed his father, didn't we? That's who we killed.
And you then killed Varassi's father.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Brassy.
Yes, they're loincloths and Matthias' silk boxes. Yes.
My boxes.
Yes, those
damn
two
it.
are taken. Yeah, your boxes. Yes.
Mark, was I taken in as far as to see them in their cells or not?
No, you're taken as far as the gates to the Golden City, and then you're not allowed to go any further.
We immediately go to find Herodias.
Okay. Let's say that she's in her villa taking tea, shall we? Sitting on her spider throne, plotting.
Oh, she would, that
So,
bitch.
Eating babies.
Mark, to remove myself from the scene, I
Drinking
will
the
go out of
nectar of-
sight.
The guys, carry on. Please,
To remove myself from, because they all went to talk to somebody else. I'm going to turn into a spider and
Yes.
go up and in, and I'm trying to find one, them, where they would be
Mhm.
exactly in the building, and 2, if I can find where their belongings would be. And that is
Yeah,
what I
okay,
do.
so you find them fairly easily. They're taken to the cells, you're kind of scuttling along the walls behind them. Their belongings are then taken and placed into a pair of large chests in a storeroom on a level directly above where the cells are.
All right.
The building itself, by the way, is has detention cells and what will appear to be a series of small offices and barracks where the Tyrian Guard lodge and carry out their day-to-day business. It's not a courthouse. It's
Okay, and the you said with the where their stuff is that above them on another floor?
it's on the upper floor. On the upper floor is like a large area split into 2. One half is where the bunk beds and barracks of the garrison are, and the other area is both a sort of common area and what passes as the I suppose the precinct offices, for want of a better analogy.
I guess what I'm asking is, if I went
and
through the
they're in-
floor, would they be there after I grab if I were to grab their stuff?
So their stuff is in the office section, as it were.
Yeah.
What are you like going to crawl into the crate and try and acquire them somehow?
I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure out placement. If they're here, is the stuff here or is it across for them, or like
Across. Yeah. It's
Okay,
across.
I just need how many people are up there and how many people I'm kill. I mean, how many people I have to circumvent their ability to breathe.
Yeah. Okay. At present, there are 7 members of the Tyrian Guard in and around the offices, on guard, loitering in the common area. Zalkor comes in and almost immediately starts on making notes on a large clay tablet about the efforts of the day. He is, as you've always seen him, thoroughly by the book, thoroughly efficient, thoroughly without favor.
All right, I'll be planning my actions. You guys have fun with Herodias.
Okay, so Tick Tick, Bingle Bangle, and Ra, you appear within the hour at the gates of the Lady Chirodias. One of your employees, should we say, Chirodias, comes to let you know that there are visitors, my lady. A half-giant, a halfling, and a kreen. I shall send them away.
You're muted.
No, send them in. You know who they are.
As you wish, my lady. A few minutes later, Tick Tick, Ra, and Bingle Bangle come trooping into your little courtyard where you can kind of having a nice afternoon tea underneath the Yeeper tree. They look like shit. You've seen them looking bad before. They look terrible, utterly filthy, travel worn. It looks like bits of silt clinging still, dried up to their boots. Blood stains on their clothes. A couple of them have some new pieces of gear here and there, but
Titic's red now.
She wanted to gesture them to have a seat on the sofa, but then changes her mind and stands up and walks to them. Welcome.
Do you usually make your friends wait outside?
Excuse me. You were summoned in the did they keep you waiting?
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you look too ugly to be here. Get out." Well, I'm paraphrasing, but basically.
Well,
We need your help.
Yeah.
You came here so disheveled they didn't recognize you. To be honest,
Ugh.
you've had a long travels, and look at you guys.
What? This is normal. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
I've looked like this every time you've seen me.
Pretty no, pretty dirty.
Yeah.
And the state of your loincloth.
Enough pretty talk. Look,
The state of your loincloth is you set a new standard there.
Oh no,
Ra
man.
gets down on
Are
her
they peeking
knees.
out again?
what Tortek and Matthias arrested for murder.
Yes, so Portek and Matthias currently are in jail because Matthias has an elemental ring that was used to
kill,
summon a guy, and that
Mentor.
thing. Yes,
It's
yes,
not
there you go.
fair.
Like,
It isn't fair.
We come in city, he get arrested.
Yeah.
Herodias,
So
your mind
you're
is-
going to be our guy in the court, or lady in the court, should we say.
Herodias, your mind is filled with all the delicate work and behind-the-scenes dealing you put into finding a way to bring young Verasi Minthur before the courts. An awful lot of work you put into that. And then Matthias ruined it all.
He'd come walking in the city with his ring on his finger.
I never said that it was a good decision,
Well,
but it's one that he made himself.
like you running into the city with a
forgot.
magic sword the first time. You guys didn't learn your lesson.
They took them and they wouldn't let me have them back, and they wouldn't give the thing and they
It's okay.
and like snot's coming out of her nose, and she's just like knelt on the ground, like it's not fair.
What is wrong with
So-
your face?
So who is? Does she know who is actually manipulating this investigation? Is it the Minthurs themselves, or is somewhere else?
Herodias, it's probably no one at all. It's Zalcor. He is a true believer. He was made the head of the Tyrian Guard by Tithian, actually, because he tried to keep a whole neighborhood under order during the riots that followed Kanak's death.
Yeah.
And
Who's
Tithian
that
thought,
guy?
you know what? You'll make a really bloody good captain of the guard. So Zalcor is probably just trying to do what he believes is the right thing, because, not put too fine a point in it, Matthias did murder Travalis Minthur.
Is
And I loved
Zalcor
it.
the kind of guy who will take orders from superiors? And
Yes.
follow them follow them.
Yes, as long as he thinks they're not corrupt.
Ah,
So we're gonna have to
He-
find a way to sneakily word this, right? Is that what I'm thinking? To get him to stand down and
what would Zalcor think of the whole situation in the first place, of the handling of the Minthurs that actually triggered the Matthias's overreaction?
Zalcor would absolutely believe that Verasi Minthur would need to stand trial for what he did. There was destruction of property. Some of your guards got killed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if Travalis, his father, was implicated in it at all, which by your investigations he's not.
It's not.
No.
It was his son.
Yeah, then he would of course be liable as well. But absolutely.
He did find out though, didn't he?
Who?
He did find out what his son did,
Oh
Yeah, of
Travalis
course, and he
knew.
backed him up, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
and he just laughed it off.
Sure.
Yeah, if I recall something he said along the lines was like,
Deal with
youth of these days, they have their little spats or some nonsense like that, and he brushed it off like it was like boys will be
He
boys.
basically
You know?
just said, "Deal with it, deal with
Yeah.
it." So I did.
Yeah, and Zalcor's position to that is nobody is above the law.
Yeah.
So he would be perfectly happy to see Veracity of Minthor held accountable for his crimes, but that doesn't mean that Matthias gets off.
But what about the whole Bard situation? Because
the Bard situation was a different family. That was another royal.
No.
But
what I mean is like the technicality of him being a Bard committing murder.
Still murder. Cool murder.
Yeah,
still murder.
No. But he said earlier.
That's a really interesting point. If you can convince Zalcor that he was hired by someone,
Yeah. Then that
By his
takes
son.
him off.
Oh,
about
wait,
to
do you
s-
mean as in like convince him, lie to him that Matthias was actually hired?
Is a Bard, and he was
Well-
hired. Therefore, the Bard is not
Well,
liable
who
for the
hired
murder.
him then?
Technically, if you go back and watch the session, he was actually like, I don't know if I should do it. And Tin actually said, yeah, we should do it. So technically, Tin sent
Another-
But then would Tin not like
really
say?
sound really important for everyone. You
I
gotta
think we
remember
should,
as well
we should
is
try and
we've got
implicate
something-
Veracity.
We've got something on their son. We've actually got something in writing. I've got a signed letter from his son. Still,
right?
at my thing, that we could get that wrote out
Forged.
that his son put in motion for a Bard to murder his father.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah, but I mean, so my thing, right? To sort of clear you of the murder charge, like saying you were just doing your job as a Bard, right? Wouldn't the person that hired you get the rap then?
Yeah.
Yes.
His
Yes.
son.
So
which I've
who's
got a
that then?
signed letter.
Which is
That
him,
we could,
right?
Yeah, which is,
Is
his
that what we're
proper
saying?
signature. We've got his ring and him actually signing it because we drugged. I think he was drugged, wasn't he? I can't remember what he was done.
I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, we it was definitely not of his own accord.
Yeah.
But the
Let's
problem
say.
is, if we do this, they might use magic to see if we tell truth. Yes.
Well, then people that are susceptible to that should not be in the room when that happens, right? I'm
So
thinking.
Matthias can lie undetectably.
Yeah.
It's 100% undetectable. It's one of his racial features.
So maybe what I propose is Chirodius, perhaps like in, I don't know, you're allowed one phone call, right? In Dark Sun prison or whatever. So, you bring the letter, the ring, you bring it to Matthias, and then you guys use that as your evidence that you didn't do this.
There's an interesting dynamic as well, which is that Zalcor's authority over Chirodius is quite limited because she's a Templar.
Yeah.
There's another angle that we also could maybe involve is that the fact is that Veracity Minter was in league with
Ulrich.
no, with the Tyrian nasty mage. Yeah.
Dotmal Payne.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's the major complicating factor here. Is that that Travalis Minthor was buying slaves and sneaking them into Undertier and giving them to Dotmal Payne.
Yes.
Yeah,
But we don't have any evidence for that.
I guess we do.
Yeah,
Well,
we do.
what?
We do. We have that all
What?
on that letter with his signature.
Is it all on? Because I
It's all
can't
on the
read, so I
letter.
don't know.
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
on the letter,
Right, fair enough.
and we made him sign. Obviously,
We Chirodius hired a bard to get Veracity Minter out of the picture because he was doing things that were harming Tyr.
yeah.
Veracity Minter was in league with Dotmal Payne, trading slaves, which is not allowed according to the law, and doing nefarious business with an enemy of the current leadership of Tyr. So instead of creating a whole hoo-ha, we took care of Veracity Minter, and we hired a bard to do so, the bard being Matthias. And the ability that Jade has to lie without showing anything, Chirodius has as well. So she can say that exactly into the face of.
So you can say that the Templar hired him. That's better. It's even better.
Yeah.
That they needed a subtle way of getting rid of that nobody could point fingers at and rid Tyr of a problem.
But we also want to stitch up the sun as well and get rid of him.
Yeah.
We're being very ambitious here, but
Let's just get
we can say that the son was involved. We have the letter that actually proves the signature. We can use that.
Yeah.
and
Do
then
it.
put him in prison.
Is that a plan?
Yeah.
Mhm. So we'll go grab the documents from the villa and I don't know, meet you back here.
Yeah, meet me back in front of the gate of the prison. Let's not waste any time.
Yeah.
To be honest, those documents would have probably been kept with Carodus anyway. Matthias would have had Carodus have them.
Oh, okay.
Well,
enough.
never mind.
Then we
I might just go home and have a bath then, because apparently I look like crap.
Carodus is Matthias' dirty little secret.
You can have a bath. You can have a bath afterwards.
Yes.
Matthias, just seduce your way out, Matthias. Gee whiz. Just do the bard thing.
I could.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
wrong kind
baby.
of bard.
You need a magic hat and a banjolele.
I've got charm
Wait,
person as well.
aren't we super rich? Can't we just do the rich person thing and buy our way out?
He would.
Yeah, well-
Yeah, but this captain would not take
Not
that.
with this guy. This guy needs convincing.
He's a proper Captain America wannabe, probably.
Put this in America.
Okay.
Captain Athas.
Yeah, Captain
Yeah.
Athos.
So
So-
this is what we're gonna do.
Yes.
Okay.
Very well then. Carodus, your robes dark and swirling about you. You make your way to the Golden City. Tin, are you doing anything in the meantime?
Yes.
Don't do anything.
I've seen his fucking messages. This is just going to be... Go on then.
All right.
Oh my god. Our careful
How many
plans.
floors are on this building? I need to know, just for reasons. I'll just say
Two.
reasons.
A ground floor and a first floor and a second floor. to
How
use
many
your-
how many guards were on the first floor, if any?
There are a total of 7 in the building at the moment, so 3 guards on the first floor and 4 people upstairs.
Great. So no, not stop. So I'm gonna go to a location. Is there anywhere in the area where I can not be seen, so I can do something rather stealthily?
Yes, they have their own privy.
All right. So I am going to go into the privy and shift back into my form.
Yes.
I am going to use my where I gotta find the thingy. What's called character sheet. I'm gonna use my spell concealment. And it turns out a 5 is less than 19, so it's going to be concealed. And I'm just going to channel the energies I have in the area, grabbing small little things from my pouch, as I conjure a fire elemental into existence. And
In the privy.
yeah, basically I'm casting it just outside, like just in the doorway, about to like go rain hell, and kind of staying out of the way. And all I'm going to say is, do what you must. Make my friends free. I'll describe them and say, do not harm them, but look like you intend to harm. Make a mess. And then I'm going to turn back into a spider and let it go.
Okay, the thing erupts into being from the
Oh
elemental
my
plane
God.
of fire. A towering monster of blue and purple and lambent gold and yellow fire. Its heat causes your eyebrows and beard to crisp, and then it rushes away from you out and into the main body of the building. The screaming starts almost immediately. What do you do, Tin, by the way?
I am shifting back into the spider, and I'm following kind of as much as I can. I want to watch what's happening.
Okay.
This is a
Give
terrible
little
idea.
Spider popcorn, like
You just see a spider just behind it, following. If you're really, really looking for this tiny spider, and all you see is it holding like a foot-long hoagie, eating while drinking a 2-liter of soda and just laughing.
Okay, so you've told the fire elemental not to kill anyone, but to make it look as if it's going to, and to cause a lot of damage.
But
So-
to look like it's threatening, look like it's going for
Yes.
its targets are them, but to make it look realistic. But harm, don't kill, but don't harm them. Those two.
What? And did you give it any instructions regarding other people?
Not a one.
Okay, right, good. Okay,
Not a
so,
one. Do not harm my friends. Make a
Yes.
mess was exactly what he said.
two of the guards, not knowing any better, try to intercept it. One of them dies almost immediately, his body turned into a living candle, flesh dripping like wax from his rapidly blackening and scorching bones, the hair filled with the reek of burnt flesh and singed hair. The second one, badly burned and scorched up and down his side, throws himself aside, and the third runs into the street, screaming for assistance. The fire elemental, implacable, scorches its way through the upper level and down the spiraling stairs, igniting tapestries and curtains and furnishings on all sides. The upper floor of the building is soon entirely burning. You actually see, as you scuttle along the walls, you see somebody, their hair on fire, run from the dormitory and throw themselves out of the upper window. The fire elemental reaches the lower level. Portek and Matthias, you can hear shouting, screaming, and this kind of growing noise like getting closer and closer, and lurid orange lights flicker down the hallway. Chirodius, it's at about this time that you come strolling through the streets of the Golden City toward the guardhouse and see the upper floor of it is completely on fire, and there are people charging around the street outside as if someone had, quite appropriately, stuck a red-hot poker into an ant's nest. Bells are ringing now across the city. The heat makes your robe billow quite fetchingly, however.
Oh dear, what's going on?
What do you do?
Alarm! Alarm!
Yeah, okay. Right. You can see a group of Templars go rushing past immediately, and one of them is shouting, "Bucket chain! The fifth well! Fifth well, now!" They are running toward one of the wells in the Golden City. Well keepers run forward and straight away begin hauling buckets out of the well and starting to form a bucket chain
I'm
back
gonna
toward the...
Be part of the bucket chain.
Yeah, okay.
Doing
All right.
my bit.
Oh, what? Straight away. Oh, Biggle Baggle's here. Yes! Give him two! And, handing
I
you-
can take
there-
3 boys, don't worry.
Yeah,
So,
if we're there, I'm helping as well.
Mark,
Okay.
at this point,
Max,
seeing that, and you did give me an out. You were like, "Did you say anything about anybody else?" But I couldn't metagame it, so I'm going to hurry out to the outside to somewhere secure where I could be secret. I'll shift back and then grab my bow and run into the building. Considering I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it as a fucking spider.
I'll save you, don't worry. Okay. So Chirodius, while Min-Max gets stuck into the bucket chain, and there's actually a little cheer goes up as the pair of you join forces. You see Constant appears from a nearby alley with his bow and goes running into the burning building.
I follow Constantine.
Okay. Okay, so Zalcor has is going around the outside to doing head counts. How many's out there? I'm only seeing 6. Where's Relok? Matthias. Portek. I know, Carl, you shouldn't actually be playing 2 characters, but I'm kind of generous, so there you go.
I slink off to the shadows of the cell if I can and hide.
Oh, okay. The pair of you kind of back away. All shadows are immediately effaced as the fire elemental reaches the edge of the detention cells and extends flaming pseudopods, igniting the Agafari bars that hold you in place.
Okay, for us, he's coming for us, Matthias.
The bars go up in flames almost immediately, becoming ash and cinders before your very eyes. Anything from Chirodius, by the way?
Kerodius is looking for who's in charge.
Zalcor is looking extremely concerned. We're missing a man. We're missing a man. But he is currently in charge of the situation. Clients?
Yes. Lord
Matthias and Portek. Yes, they are.
You idiots! They're being murdered.
Who sent this thing?
Tell you. I walk in. I'm not loud enough that I can't tell you, and I walk in and go and try and save them.
Okay,
I will follow.
Okay, fine, good. Constantine, you've rushed in. You're now kind of you make the sort of detention area. What guards are in here have backed the hell away when they see you coming in. One of them's like, "Yeah, it's in there. It's in there."
So I will just for flavor knock 3 arrows and go, "Get out now! Where's my friends?"
Enter the detention block. And they're kind of saying this over their shoulders as they.
So I will run I will run far. I'll actually just see it.
Did you actually knock 3 arrows?
Yeah, he
all at
knocked
once.
Yeah, and so seeing it, he'll be like,
Actually, I have a change of plans.
He'll ask them, did you do anything to it? Is it?
And who you're asking? Who the guards?
The guards that are running in terror.
No.
So are they gone?
Yes.
I will just upon it's done, I will just nicely walk. Like I'll just keep an eye. I'll just walk up to it and go, "You did well. Are you two against a slight burn?" And I'm talking to Portek and Matthias.
Yeah.
This is not helping at all.
A fire elemental came for you. There's no way you could have summoned it. And then I'll just put my arrows away.
But how did
or
they
two of
find
them
out?
away.
How
I'll
did
put
they
two of
find
them
out
away.
That they
I'll
come
turn
for
towards
me?
I'll turn towards the elemental and say, "Thank you. Go home." And I will allow it to evaporate. With the one that's left, the one arrow I have left, I'm going to just allow the limbs to extend and thrust the arrow forward into the wall as if it dissipated as my last arrow was attempting to hit.
Okay. The elemental considers your offer, agrees, and returns to the plains whence it came, with a swirl of superheated air. Tick tick.
With the fire, well, one last thing.
Wait,
With the fire in
wait,
the area, I'm going to burn myself a little.
Okay, fine. Yes, good.
I'm going to help the bucket chain.
Okay.
I have 4 arms. So
many arms. Yes.
yes.
All right, Kerodius, you come striding in with Zalcor right behind you. You find Constantine standing, bow at the ready. Matthias and Portek in their cells, the bars reduced to ash. What do you do?
So maybe you and I should have a little talk.
You're saying this to Zalcor?
Yes.
Make it quick, my lady.
Can we have a room where we can talk in private?
My office is on fire.
My clients
Don't worry,
are on
the
fire.
bucket chain will get to it soon. Give us another 2 minutes.
The bucket chain is currently now ferrying the buckets into the upper level and starting to try and douse the flames.
Here. I hand him the letter of Veracimintur's confession. So, the city could fairly ill afford. She triggers her. No, she doesn't trigger it yet. The city could ill afford the scandal of the Mintors in league with Dogmalpain, ferrying slaves into the Undercity. So they decided to resolve it in another matter. And we hired a bard to do so. Well, since the bard had been a victim to their to the Minotaur's earlier attack anyway, payment was minimal. I handed Matthias the ring to resolve this issue for our city.
And this third elemental?
I don't know. I'm presuming that this is Minotaur getting back at Jade and at Matthias and Portek. Matthias most likely for killing his father. That seems to be the logical explanation, but I don't know. I'm guessing here.
Or it's the work of Dot Malpain.
Sorry?
Or it's the work of Dot Malpain, seeking to silence those who could expose him.
It could be. Yes. I dread to think that that's the case, but...
Why did you not just tell me this, Matthias?
Because he was under strict orders not to talk about this. We tried to avoid a scandal, something that would put the whole balance of the city in flux.
We've done nothing but put Tyr first.
Between the nobles and the merchants and the Templars, you know how the balance is very precarious at the moment.
Yes, I do, but no one is above the law.
No.
Doing good deeds for the city does not give you free rein to kill those who oppose you.
No, but the law allows the hiring of bards. So if you must, you can blame the murder on the Templars if you really feel that is the appropriate way to go, because that's something you might want to reconsider. I don't know. I understand your earnest feeling towards the law. Sometimes the greater need of the city breaks some of those laws. The city is the ones who actually have made the laws in the first place. So. I leave it to you to decide what to do with it. I will take that back, though.
Oh, you take the letter?
Yes.
Right. I have no objections to that, my lady. My lord Matthias, I am convinced by the evidence that is presented to me that you were a bard acting according to the traditions of your caste. Whatever my personal feelings on such matters, Athasian tradition is more ancient than its laws. You are a free man.
Thank you. Good job, Captain.
You're a slippery one. I'll give you that.
We try to have fun.
That's...
He was hired. He was hired.
Where no one can tell whether you're lying or not. It doesn't appear to be magical or psionic in nature. It's quite a curiosity.
Just smile.
As for you, Master Portek, the traditional penalty for interfering with an investigation is a fine or imprisonment.
What is the fine?
That is set by the court.
I'm willing to pay the fine, and I will cooperate in the matters to resolve such issue.
Well, a confession will have these matters resolved quickly and probably more favorably than otherwise might be the case. I will take that matter. Yeah. I will take that matter up with the Bureau of Security and have word with you as soon as is possible. If your heroic deeds allow it, might you remain in Tyr until tomorrow?
Until tomorrow, yes, but not much longer than that. So,
well, I will endeavor to see that justice is swift then.
Yes, if that is possible. Again, whatever the fine is, we will pay it.
Water starts to drip down through the flagstones from the upper level.
It's working.
More buckets!
Now,
Zalcor
can we have our gear?
wipes
I'm throwing water on the wrong building. Like,
your gear.
Yes.
That was in the office in a pair of chests.
Prob's gonna be very soggy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, about that.
Let's make some
Yeah.
item saving throws, shall we?
Honestly, Tim.
That was. I should have asked what floor the loo there was in.
It was in
There
a
was
chest.
a couple
Okay.
questions. Yeah, it was in a chest. So
Oh, I'm running for the chest first. Okay.
Oh boy.
oh no.
Magical
Oh.
fire, because it's not normal fire.
Oh
Against-
no.
Thick wood. Saving throw of 7.
Come on,
Okay.
thick wood.
Come on, Thickwood baby!
Thick wood, 7 or higher. This is the chest with Portex stuff in. The chest survives. The chest with Matthias' stuff in. Natural 20. Survives.
Thick wood.
Okay, fine.
Thick
We will
wood.
Thick wood!
That's what she
we
said.
We will leave it at that then, and we'll rule that the magical items within the chest survive because the chest itself protects them. The actual clothing and armor, your armor is going to be fine because it's magic. Portek, your armor will need replacing, as will the standard kind of clothing items in there because they're quite badly singed in the heat. But the actual magic items are what have you survive.
only a
Chest is
only a few regrets.
A few regrets.
I have no regrets.
Okay. Tin, you retrieve your items from the Sin's chest,
And
Oh my god.
the bucket chain.
How did we
manages to-
get past that?
That was an inspired idea using the bard angle. That was fucking inspired. Well done. Well done.
Oh my god.
I wondered when you guys were going to use that letter as well. You've had that sitting around for
Right,
how
we've
long?
had that for decades now, it feels.
You still have the
Nicely
letter.
done.
We can use
Yes,
it
we
again.
do. Yeah, we'll use it for everybody. We'll go through everyone in the city. We'll be like,
I-
yes, Minthor told us to do this. I'm taking it back though.
it's probably not my finest moment on that one, but I regret nothing.
You think?
Okay, everyone has big oopsies.
How many people did I kill?
3.
3? Only 3? No, I can
3
live
that
with
he
that.
described. I don't know if the rest of them.
some dead, a lot mutilated.
You
You know.
killed one person, and 2 of them were quite badly injured, and the rest were able to get away.
Turns out he's okay with killing people, so we're fine here. Okay.
All right, good job on the alignment in this game. All right. So the smoking remains of the upper story of the city guard watch house leave a column of smoke rising over the city, which you're certain is glaring down at you accusingly as you make your way back, a somewhat bedraggled and besooted group to Matthias's villa. Carodius, do you join them, or are you staying the fuck away from these lunatics?
She's invited.
Can I have a bath now, please?
I
He's
presume
just
I
gotten
will.
really self-conscious about it all of a sudden. He's like, I need to shower.
Yes. Well, Matthias, I will presume I will see you later.
You're more than welcome to join us and feast with us if you like. It's been a long road.
You can join us for dinner after all of you, after you've freshened up.
Yes. Yeah.
How about
Well,
that?
It's another way of saying you stink.
But I didn't, did I?
No, you didn't.
Didn't have to.
Would have hurt less if you just said it.
We'll see you for dinner then.
A gift from me to you, some perfume.
And I put my nice
no.
ring back on my finger. I'm like,
Yes.
still got it.
You see, Carodius, lightning quick, bang, grabbing your hand. You're a fuckwit, you know that, right?
I forgot.
I would put my hand on.
Bengal walking in with the sword the first time you came.
Okay, come on. All right. That's me. Okay, I'm an idiot.
She didn't know.
Matthias, on the other hand, has
been away for months. We're heroes here. Who would have thought we'd get arrested?
While Kyrodius is holding his hand and saying, "You know you're fucking," Constantine will actually walk up and just pat Matthias on the other shoulder and be like, "Don't worry, you don't need it." And I'll just walk out the door, just getting the fuck out of a building.
I just shake my head at that remark.
Kyrodius, thankfully, is not aware yet that Tin was the whole
other element. Actually,
that's one shit show.
That's one of the things I sent to Mark. I was like, nobody in Tyr knows that he's anything more than a ranger. So
Matthias and Portek can probably guess what happened there, judging by the fact that Tin banished the elemental, but no one else has any idea. So you freshen up then at the villa and are treated to a truly wonderful meal at Casa Kyrodius in the evening. Her kitchen staff is as good as ever, even when they're not enslaved, and they provide you with a really rather beautiful spread. And it is eventually good to be home.
And then I summon a fire elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
When the morning comes, the fine is an eye-watering 100 ceramic pieces.
Oof.
Is that it?
I don't know. Is that a lot? I can't remember if that's a lot or not.
That's a lot of money when you're not an adventurer.
Oh, is
It's
it?
a lot of money,
Then,
yeah.
oh God, the horror of it all.
I laugh and I pay it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Tik will when he sees that they're getting ready to make their move.
Yeah.
I have traveled to the forest ridge and suffered for it.
You're not going, my friend.
I'm not going.
Yeah, you're staying right where you are.
I will guard the villa. And I have seen many Kreen who have come to my banner. Or
Tik-Tik's gonna get a girlfriend.
I must go see them.
And get a girlfriend.
We do not have girlfriends.
Girlfriend.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Ra.
Say it out loud. Go on.
Time to fuck.
Okay.
We'll take
The
that
Queen
little
bids you his
lizard
farewell
fella.
then. The last you heard, Macfari, he's probably in Desverendi's Valley, actually. He spends a fair amount of time there when he's not actually in Tyr.
Can we send him a message or something?
Sure, yes, you can have him meet you here. You can go meet him there. The valley is actually in the foothills of the Ringing Mountains, so there might be routes through to the forest ridge from there. You also know the route you took beforehand, the one that's near Westwall and that leads up to Karana. Whichever route works for you.
Cool.
All right. That sounds like next session talk to me, though.
That indeed seems like a good place to draw a close over your shenanigans.
Sorry, didn't want to. I know you're the DM and all, but I just thought it was a good time. So you know,
It is indeed a good time. Yes.
Portek makes some arrangements before we go leave, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right then, so
visit my boo.
yeah, you have a day or so in Tyr to visit boyfriends, to deal with stuff at your various academies, to clean your loincloths, and to prepare yourselves for a journey into what up to now has been some of the most grueling terrain on Athas, the jungles of the Forest Ridge. But at the very least, you will be in the presence of the sonorous lizard himself, Mr. Macfari. and none of you is wanted by the law. So
There's
result.
that.
Well
is,
done.
Yeah.
We will leave it there. Thank you so much for playing. It is good to be back after a brief break.
is.
Thank you
for
to everyone
running.
who was watching and putting up with us. Verily dost thou rock, all of you.
Yeah.
Cheers.